Hello, hi guys. Welcome back to the Football Showdown channel. Today we are back with another stream. Probably there will be no structure in it because we are completely lost after some sort of news regarding the transfer market. Nonetheless, we always try to come up as soon as possible. Last week, I apologize for a lot of things that have happened last week. I couldn't make it because of certain personal reasons, but here we are. Before I keep rambling and before I continue like this, let me add today's panel. The false five? Exactly. We are not even five people. Let me call up the guest. Parth and Arush. How are you guys? How are you? How's your personal life been?
Uh, it's actually been great, but
Mm,
whenever Arsenal's in the picture, it seems to get worse. And with
mm,
the last 3 days of the transfer market to go, I'm expecting myself to, you know, be a bit more rattled than
right,
calm and peaceful. So yeah, that's that.
right. Arush, what about you? How's your personal life?
Personal life's going good, man. College
Mm,
assignments and just the same hectic stuff about college. Arsenal has been going decently well. We've progressed in the Champions League. Nice time on Twitter in the past couple of weeks due to the refereeing decisions. Apart from
right.
that, it's been fun, man.
It's nice how you guys, mentioned a lot about your life at the same time not mention about your parents because that's what parents are supposed to be, right? Be our
Yep.
guide. Be our guide. Life goes on, and parents are meant to be there and help you correct when things are meant to be corrected and punished when we are meant to be punished, not dominate your life, right? That's how football should be. Referees are our parents, players are us. A referee should not influence your decision, referee should not influence a game. But
Easy.
unlike the Premier League, where the referees are trying to make it a point that they are the ones who need to influence a life decision. That's what they've been doing. Unlike the UCL. In UCL, I think on the last game week, if I'm not wrong, if the exact number is 64 goals, rough figure 65 goals, and not one point, not even 1 point regarding the referees. Whereas in the Premier League, we had Liverpool thrashing Ipswich. We had Isak scoring a hat trick. Hat trick? No, scoring a brace. We had
Yeah.
Bournemouth doing well. We had City doing a number on Chelsea. And yet, what has been the news? The referees. That
Yeah.
is what has been the headline for the entire game week until the UCL started. So, what are your personal opinions regarding the entire refereeing thing? First, uh, a very, very young prospect. Since we're Arsenal fans, it could be slightly biased, but a young prospect from the overall picture. A young prospect whose career and whose confidence could be shattered because of one horrible decision. Luckily, it has been overturned. But what has happened after that? Premier League needs to still be the main characters there. They come in charges with some random charges which don't make any sense anymore. But yeah, here we
Yeah.
are. What is your entire opinion regarding that entire saga?
Arush?
Firstly, I'd say fair enough that you're giving a red card to a decision that you must have thought is a cynical foul where it could be a high boot and all. It's fine. But what
Hmm.
was the VAR doing in that situation?
Right.
Because you have a chance to actually watch the
Hmm.
replays, also send Michael Oliver to the cameras, to the
Hmm.
TVs to just check again
Hmm.
whether the decision you've made is all right or no. But no, that doesn't suit their egos, man. It never does. Because we've seen these decisions go against us the whole season, but it's
Hmm.
us overreacting. But when it
Right.
happens to their own teams, when they
Hmm.
speak, it's us
Hmm.
being fools back then as well because our
Hmm.
decisions didn't go our way.
True.
So
True.
what it's just about us complaining. It's not about us complaining about a wrong decision, but it's
Hmm.
about only the fairness, the transparency that we want. We just want consistency in decisions. That's the bare minimum we want from them. And
Hmm.
they just try to suit their own personal egos, have their bias. All these English refs, it's not just one of them. I mean, yeah, Michael Oliver has a complete history of giving like red cards against Arsenal, and the
Hmm.
amount of bookings, penalties, everything.
Hmm.
So it's just sad as to how they managed to divert the whole topic into us sending abuse to Michael Oliver I don't know from where he's seen the abuse, and then come out the
mm,
English journalists who come to mint money out of their way of writing. And then
right.
again, the thing that he spoke about, the disciplinary action that they gave against us, it just making
Mm,
themselves a fool, because they have accepted the fact that they've made a wrong decision first of all. Then they're
mm,
gonna charge us on a wrong decision, which they have
mm,
accepted that it is a wrong decision. So it's just them being fools at this point, because I don't know, it's just funny at this point. Yeah, the head loss was crazy after the Wolves game because of what the
mm,
things were, and we thought it wouldn't have gotten overturned. But you go like 1 week past that, and it's just funny at this point.
mm.
And
Yeah.
also the fact that, it was a similar decision that got Bruno Fernandes sent off. That's another
Mm,
thing that United lost that match comprehensively. That's not an issue. But the fact that we won the game against Wolves, however lucky we might have been with the goal, with that kind of fury finish, I do
mm,
not care. But if had we lost that match, it would have been Arsenal lost the match. That's why Arsenal are crying. The decision was all right, and I'm pretty sure that decision would not have been overturned because
mm,
the consensus would have been like, all right, they've lost the match and they're just picking up the referee to blame it on him. When these decisions have happened to us like 4 times this season already, and when you're chasing the league, and when you know that every single point is important, and when you're hard done by refereeing decisions four
mm,
times in a season, and when the common notion around the game is, all right, mistakes happen, you have to accept them however they are and just
Move
carry
on.
on. When it does not even make any sense, when a lot of money is invested, a lot of mental energy is wasted, and
mm,
a lot is at stake. Yeah, us being fans, it doesn't occur to us as much. For us, it's only the emotional background of it. But for Arteta, it might cost him his job, as it did
mm,
to
Gary
Gary
O'Neill.
O'Neill. He
mm.
was basically sacked because of PGMOL,
True.
because of the ridiculous decisions that were going against them, against
Mm,
Wolves. So,
mm,
and the funny part is, Liverpool fans are coming on and they're saying, "All right, it's happened to us. It's all right, move on." I'm like, this is the very issue. You can't be saying that, okay, it has happened with us, so it's fine that it's happening with you. When our
mm.
point simply is the game, the referee should be doing what they're assigned to do.
Right.
And
Right.
there should not be any need for us to know the names of the referees and
Mm,
to know the history of the decisions that they've given against us in favor
mm,
of City, in favor of Liverpool, against Liverpool. I do not care. I mean, for me, it's just do your job. I don't care
mm.
about anything else.
Same.
If you do your job and if the loss is fair, I wouldn't say a word about the referees and the decisions that have gone against us. I purely based my analysis on the game that we played. But
Mm,
all the games that we've lost, the referees have had some impact on those games,
true.
which again it saddens me to a point where I'm like, all right, we are winning games, but I actually don't care because we aren't going to win the league.
Mm.
Where it's just that one.
It's a bold
Yeah.
statement, but before we continue, we just have one comment, guys. Insane. We have one comment already. We have from Dr. Garner. Good evening, David Onster. Okay.
Uh,
Well, well, we will come back to that comment, but two important points. First thing that Arush picked up, when the on-field referee has made a mistake and it went to VAR, why didn't VAR ask the referee to come and check the decision, right? Because it was so obvious that it was not a red card decision. At the same time, if you said that, okay, they were on the attack or they were on the counter attack and they were about to score, that is not even the case. Or they're like, what,
yeah.
60, 70 yards away from goal as well. So it's not going to be possible. Second point that Parth brought up, why are other rival fans not understanding the key point and still bantering about the whole point? Oh, since we got decisions against us, even you should go and like fight against it. Like the whole point of United Legends is to make sure that they are under limelight all the time, like Gary Neville. there is no sensibility when it comes to making sure that there is pressure on the right people to make the right decisions for the entire league to focus on.
Yeah.
He keeps making some random statements. Fans like reactive fans from all parts of the world would take in their words and agree to it as long as it's not affecting their club, right? So what do you guys think about it? First, about Arthur's point, why like are the referees actually corrupted, or do you think the entire system is corrupted, or just VAR? People
No.
who are using VAR are incompetent.
There's two things, they are corrupt and incompetent.
Hmm,
So the incompetent, which uh, you know, which which is actually ridiculous, and the fact that they are corrupt over that, it basically means that they'll never accept they are in the wrong, and they'll just,
hmm,
try to bring other teams down, whoever try to
hmm,
question them. So I have no idea where this arrogance comes from. And it is,
hmm,
I think it bases from the fact that they know PGMOL is there, they know the FA is there, they know the pundits are there who will back them no matter the decision. So it's just
hmm,
like, we can do whatever we want because we won't be questioned. And
hmm,
that's exactly what's been going on. And whoever questions them isn't in the
hmm,
limelight. I mean, the pundits that have questioned them, like it's Michael Richards, but it's not on Sky Sports or anything. And it's
hmm,
other pundits as well, but it's not on mainstream media. I mean, it's not like Sky Sports or the overlap, because they are the ones who will be defending Michael Oliver come what may, and the
hmm,
others don't get enough coverage. So it's all a bit fucked up, and it
hmm,
won't
hmm,
change.
I'm still waiting for VAR to remove their audio of the decision that they've made, because that's going to expose a lot
Yeah,
in terms of how truthful they were to their decision on field.
hmm,
And I'm
hmm,
very
hmm.
sure that they're not going to do it. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
if
but
they're
it's
that's
going
what
to,
I was talking.
yeah, they're gonna make sure that they have other topics being covered, like they did with the abuse sent to Michael Oliver. But the
hmm,
next
hmm,
day we see abuse to an 18-year-old for being ending a career of a
hmm,
player with a tackle like that, which just shows as to how many journalists in England are just biased to their teams, and their fanboy just comes out in
hmm,
Yeah,
situations where they have to speak about a team that they are rivals against. Where
hmm,
is the
hmm,
where is the consistency? Where is the transparency? There's nothing of any sorts in
hmm.
situations like these again. And it's about
so what is
a, VAR is again,
the
technology,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
great, but the fact that we don't have people who are accountable enough to make those decisions, it's never
Hmm,
going to help. You see how
hmm.
other leagues function, you see how semi-automated VAR works in the Champions
Yeah,
League.
yeah.
It's never going to happen in England if we have English referees doing such nonsense.
Hmm, hmm.
That,
Agreed.
and also the fact that was ridiculously, funny was Joao Gomez being given a yellow card for
Hmm,
stamping on the ankle of
hmm,
that Arsenal player. I don't remember who it was. So
hmm.
he stamped on his ankle, which was more of a serious foul play than what Miles Lewis Kelly was shown a direct red for.
No,
So
sorry. This is nothing. This is nothing. I don't know if you guys remember or if you watched the match. Remember when NC like went in like two-footed endo in the same game
yeah,
week?
the Ipswich game, yeah,
Not previous, not like some long back. In the same
yeah,
game week, he got
yeah.
two-footed and there was no red card. I mean,
even
Okay,
Martinez
so
went two-footed.
on two-footed
Martin.
tackles here, Lisandro
Hmm,
Martinez jumped
On
on
Adama Traore.
Adama Traore's foot,
hmm,
and the thing was he had no intention. The
hmm,
ball was nowhere near the site of play. That is why
hmm,
it isn't a foul. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. He
But
hmm,
just ended Adama Traore's life. He could have lost both his feet.
hmm,
What's this?
hmm. And
And I
I'm
swear
not.
I won't even look at these fouls
Hmm,
with an eye to, call them out. I'm just saying that, okay, if you're showing us a red, then
hmm.
at least if you're wrong, then be consistently wrong. That's my point.
Right. And we have a comment as well. The entire system corrupt referees plus VAR. True.
Yeah.
True. I completely agree. We can't deny at this point. Like it's too blatant. But yeah, that's our thoughts. Luckily, We had Calafiori's masterclass coming in, scoring that goal, and we're still in a title race, guys. Trust me, we're still in a title race. After the transfer market is done, I do not know, but at least till the market is not closed, I believe we're still in the title race, and we won. Calafiori. I mean,
Yeah.
we had our common friend Vivek saying, "Please, Aura man, do something." And guess what? He came, he scored. Our PR went crazy with the videos. Our fans went crazy with that video, with a bunch of videos, the edits, that gifs and all. Yeah, it was all nice. But then again, a lot of abuse came towards our own players. We do not know when that will be corrected. Probably it's a very ingrown thing in their own culture that they try to see people of color with different lens and all that. We don't know. We don't know. We honestly do not know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, let's come back to the Premier League. It's been, it has been, it's it has been something, especially with the fact with Leicester doing a number on Tottenham, with Vardy doing a bunch of celebrations that were absolutely phenomenal in my opinion. And yeah, let me just bring up the slides for you guys. Okay. Well, I guess the internet. Okay. Okay, we have a comment by the way. Of course. Just make a wild guess who might have commented.
Raja?
Lala probably man.
Yeah, well, Mr. Lala
Agreed,
says,
agreed.
by Watkins, you guys have a title to win. Okay. Fair play or not suggesting a Liverpool player to be bought. Thank you for that. But yeah, it is true. It is true. You know what? Before we have no structure in this stream today. We've completely lost it. So we'll just go ahead with this opinion. You guys think buying Watkins would win us the title or put us still in the title race and build pressure on Liverpool?
Yeah,
Surely.
100%. You know, the
Mm,
thing is, we've been dying to get a striker in. He is a
mm,
striker. Not only is he a striker, he is someone who's been consistently getting the numbers in the Premier League.
mm,
A major factor of, Arteta's targets, that they have to be Premier League proven. So he fits
mm,
that. He's, I would say, in his prime. And the fact that he started off late, he started playing really, really well once he was 25, 26. And now he's 29. And I still
mm,
think he's got 3 to 4 good years in him. And he
mm,
definitely, I won't say he wins us the title, but he definitely keeps us in contention for the title. And I think, with the Champions League, I do not expect us to win it. So the realistic expectation for me right now, without Ollie Watkins, is a quarterfinal. And with Ollie Watkins, it would be the semi-final. That's all. But the only issue for me is how many times are we going to, get a striker that solves our present issues, but then negate everything that, Arteta wants to build? Like, if you want to get Sesko is 21 and
mm,
Watkins is 29. So you're basically saying that, okay, the Sesko project that we initially had in our minds is gone
mm,
because we've got an opportunity in Ollie Watkins, and then it was the same case the time we signed Trossard. Mudryk
mm.
was what, like, he was very young. I think he was 20, 21
Yeah,
something
21
when
years. Mm,
we were linked to him. So it was Modric and we signed Trossard. So what has Trossard done? He improved our chances to finish higher up. He improved our chances to win the league, and
mm,
we got very, very close, which is exactly why we got Trossard in. But now we are,
mm,
stuck with him, and
mm,
his resale value will be as good as nothing. So I
mm,
mean, that is the only issue. Either you are investing now and expecting no returns in terms of money for future, or you're investing for the future, hoping that he performs at whoever our future center forward is,
mm.
performs at the level we expect him to. So that's the only issue.
To
You
be
really
honest,
think? Yeah, go
To
ahead,
be
Adarsh.
honest, I don't see that being an issue because you
Mm,
wouldn't think about getting money out of a 33-year-old, 34-year-old when you're
Exactly. Yeah.
mm,
signing him to get trophies. So if he
Yeah.
returns trophies to the
100%.
clubs, money isn't an issue at all.
mm,
And for the fact that he's one of Premier League's one of the best, like top five at least, center forwards for the last 2 or 3 seasons. He's got what
Mm,
100 goals and assists in 169 games or so, and
mm,
he's managed to hit Arsenal every time he's played us as well, which speaks about how good he is and how big of an Arsenal fan he is. So
Yeah,
I don't see it being a problem for Sesko coming in the summer because
mm,
we can have an understudy of him. First of all, even if Sesko was supposed to be coming next season, I mean next season, yeah, he would start directly probably. But
mm,
the idea of Havertz playing as a centre forward would shift if Watkins comes for the fact
yeah,
that we have Sesko coming in as well. So
mm,
some of the qualities that Watkins can give us are absolutely phenomenal for what we need at this current stage. He might not have the best finishing, but everything
mm,
apart from that, he's top at it. So you're getting an English player for a reasonable amount. I didn't understand the the talk behind every Arsenal fan complaining about the price tag on
mm,
Twitter just as the news fell through. But
mm,
you're comparing one of the best center forwards, an impact player that can make a difference at the right moment in a window
mm,
where we are desperate for an attacking signing. So in any point of time, any point of creation of chances that we are going to get, he's going to be better than what we have. So it is
yeah,
surely a thing that is going to maximize our team for now and for the future as well. So if it's
mm,
possible, it would be a big um, just it's just going to make us such a better attacking
mm,
side that we've been missing
mm,
chances lately of, and the chance creation also would just benefit out of whatever the likings of Watkins and what he can bring to the side in terms of his running, his positioning,
mm,
his passing, his link up play, his shot taking, everything.
mm,
he
mm,
basically the closest profile I see to a Harry Kane in this
Yeah.
given market at that
mm.
level,
True,
and I
true.
absolutely agree. So
Mm, mm,
I'm not saying no to Ollie Watkins, but the fact that if we sign Ollie Watkins and if that means we aren't getting Sesko, because I mean let's be honest, Ollie Watkins, Kai Havertz, and Benjamin Sesko as centre forwards for a team like Arsenal, I don't see it happening. It can either be get Ollie Watkins now, get Sesko in the summer, make Havertz the LCM, or the second striker you're wanting, or just get Sesko in the summer, start Sesko, and keep Havertz as the number two, which I'm
mm,
Or
fine with.
what
But
could
okay, it basically means we are writing off the season if we don't sign
Or
anyone.
what could also happen is the fact that we go for Watkins, we don't sign
mm,
Sesko, but we invest in a very good left winger. That will
Works,
that will
mm,
works.
actually work
Yeah,
for Arsenal because
mm,
of how inefficient the LCM, I mean the left hand side has been for Arsenal.
yeah,
It's anyone is going to
mm,
be better at this point of time. But the fact
mm,
that I really don't think we're going to get Watkins, but even if we do get him and we try to land Sesko, I think Havertz is at like center forward would just be over, and he would
mm,
start
yeah,
as an LCM or a rotation somewhere or the other.
yeah.
mm, mm. Before we continue, uh, I just want to thank all the 9 concurrent viewers who are back home. Thank you so much for being there. Lots of love for all you guys out there. Thank you for all the comments as well. I'll just bring them up right now. Uh, I,
Obviously, yeah.
he said we'll lose to Bournemouth. I'm
Uh,
assuming that they will win because
uh,
he's reverse jinxing
3
it.
0 3-0, 3-0. Since Bournemouth is very good, so they'll beat them 3-0. Yeah.
True, that is very true. Uh, Hi Arnav, welcome to the stream. I do not know if this is your first time or not, but yeah, welcome. Do subscribe and do like and share. Uh, anyone's friend, especially.
Yeah, he's AFC Arnav,
Yeah,
I think, on Twitter.
yeah.
Nice. Okay. Big news is David Raya missing next
No,
match.
no, 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 no,
I
no.
think from Mikel Arteta's point of view, I think they're all mind games. I do not think he's honestly missing it.
What actually
If
happened to him though?
no idea
He
at
was
all.
unwell. So, yeah.
Hmm. I mean, yeah, now that Odegaard is back into the squad, I guess Raya has to go out. That is the only way. One in, one
One
out.
in, one out, bro.
Yeah. Next
And
comment.
also, after I watched Neto against Girona, yeah, I'm unwell too. And I'm not even lying, man.
Uh, so Adam's question and comment is, will the role of a striker change if we sign Ollie Watkins? Because Kai Havertz drops into the midfield box. Can Watkins do it?
No,
To be
Watkins
honest,
will be.
it's all about how Mikel plans to position his profile, his center forward. It's the same with Sesko. Sesko is not the best at hold up play.
Hmm.
Watkins is good at hold up play, but I don't think so he'll be asked to do that because
Hmm.
see the plan in the summer is basically to get Zubimendi, which
Hmm.
unlocks Odegaard higher up front. So there's no need for Watkins to drop deeper, and that's just gonna effectively make our chance creation better and let the CF play a role that is demanding more, less of the
Hmm.
ball, but more of just his
Yeah.
box domination and finishing. That's it.
Hmm.
Basically, a center forward is being brought in to play as the center forward, as the traditional number nine, that you'd
Hmm.
say. And I think
Absolutely.
that is the only thing we lack right now. No matter how poor our wingers are, they still create chances, and
Hmm.
there's hardly anyone, who finishes it the first time. And I think even if Watkins misses those chances, I'd be more confident in Watkins than Havertz as striker. Yeah.
Hmm. But speaking about wingers, right? You guys mentioned about wingers, investing in a winger. Do you think Sem is his name? Look, investing in Lookman or like Semyon. Is that how it's pronounced?
Semenyo.
Semenyo.
Yeah,
Semenyo.
Semyon.
Semenyo.
Investing
Yeah.
in Lookman or him, or maybe like a Nico Williams or a Barcola
Barcola.
or Barcola.
Bakula, yeah.
Is that more viable? Like, you honestly, you guys think that is possible? Because we are even linked with a 19-year-old Bine Bine Bine
Matthias
prospect.
Tell.
Matisse tell. Yeah.
Tell, is he worth it? Like, do you guys want to go into another project, like into a 19-year-old guy, or do you do like Arsenal to invest into an experienced player like Lookman?
Yeah. I think signing Lookman makes no sense. Lookman would be another Trossard, and I don't want a winger like that anymore at our club. Those age profiles of 26, 27, 28. Those are the
Hmm.
profiles I do not want at my club because I think that is not what Arteta wants. I don't think that is his plan. He's more adamant on signing an explosive winger who's younger. That is why we've been asked
Nico
what's his name,
Williams.
Nico Williams, and then Antoine Semenyo and Bradley Vacola. I haven't heard links with him till now, but if we can get our hands on either of Barcola or Semenyo, man, I would be over the moon because I genuinely don't see Nico Williams happening.
Because Semenyo, I think, is a summer transfer target. It is mentioned by Doc.
According
Doc.
to a report today, yeah.
Hmm,
Yeah.
hmm,
Miguel
hmm,
Delaney, I think, right? He
hmm,
posted
hmm,
that Arsenal are
It was
behind Semenyo.
Miguel Delaney.
And
hmm.
Semenyo is a type of player who can do a lot from different positions for us. He can be a
Right.
Trossard, but a younger version of him who's
Hmm.
very
Yeah.
explosive with his ball carrying and even
Hmm.
shot taking action. So it's a very good deal.
True, true. It is an interesting thing. So why not pay the full price for Sesko? I think his
I
price is
agree.
set to like 65 or 70 million, but I think Leipzig wants 50 million upfront, if I'm not
Leipzig don't
wrong.
want to sell him this window.
That
Yeah,
is true. They don't
exactly.
want to sell. Hmm, hmm,
Leipzig does not want to get rid of him. That's why we are not getting him.
hmm,
So then people are like, oh, we are maintaining relations, but it makes no sense, nudging them all right, nudging them every day, asking them, would you please sell us Sesko? They'll say no. Would you
hmm,
please sell us Sesko? They'll say no. It makes no sense. It's
And
better to,
Sesko's
just wait for the summer.
And Sesko's also signed a gentleman's agreement for the fact that he will leave in the summer. So
hmm, hmm,
it's
Yeah,
going to be
exactly.
disrespectful for him to leave a project in between, which has
hmm,
been a position for him which has let him grow as a player. So
hmm.
it doesn't make sense for him to leave, but summer is surely moving on.
True, true. And also, this for some reason, right? I kind of feel the Sesko saga between Arsenal and him. He is like the Sancho one. Sancho wanted to leave Dortmund for a while,
Hmm.
but it has not gone to like
Yeah.
that level where they've agreed terms, only the fee is left and all that. Probably we agreed terms, but only the fee is left or something. It kind of reminds me of the Sancho deal. The second comment that came out from Red Skull
Nico
with
Williams.
by Nico Williams. I think the Nico
This
Williams thing,
is
the only issue is the wages, if I'm not wrong,
Yeah.
because it
this
released clauses.
is
Hmm. Go ahead, go
this
ahead.
is like just a funny point because This summer, the question was of the wages. The winter, the question are about the wages. And next summer, also the questions are going to be about the wages. So
Yeah.
why not
mm,
just go for him once and for all? Because the
uh,
question is about how much can we pay upfront and break his release clause.
mm.
It just, if he is your real target, if he's attainable, just get him, bro. I
True.
don't get that.
Absolutely true. Another comment from Arnav. I'm really glad for all his comments. We're generally not blessed with these many on nominated. There are rumors they say that we're going 4-2-3-1 next season with a double pivot of Zubimendi Rice as the pivot. Well,
Yeah.
I don't think I have to say much. I'll leave it to Parth and Arush. I think I'll leave it to Parth because he's been very, very vocal about like Zubimendi being the person out there to help out Rice and Odegaard playing the natural positions and all that. Yeah, Parth, take the stage.
So basically, the reason why we are signing Zubimendi is that Partey and Jorginho are leaving, and if in the current market there is any profile that is similar to Jorginho's, it is Zubimendi's. And Zubimendi is the defensive midfielder that would excite Arteta because of the fact that, he's got calmness on the ball. He is a ball playing midfielder and he's someone, who can control the play, which at present in our midfield, I don't think anyone's adept to do that. Thomas Partey isn't a controller. Rice just moves up and down the whole game. And Jorginho is the controller, but Jorginho is like what 32, 33 now. So
Hmm.
it makes sense. And there's actually been news of Arteta saying that I want to recreate the 15 non-penalty goals that Odegaard had in 22-23, and it was
Hmm.
basically because Odegaard was higher up, which has been restricted a lot this time around because of the out of possession work that he's been made to do
Hmm.
with Havertz and Odegaard pressing and Odegaard being deep so as to connect the back
Ball.
four and the attack.
Hmm. Hmm.
And this role should have basically been given to Thomas Partey, but he can't do it at a very high level. He's got
And
too many issues. He's good on the ball, but he's not safe on the ball.
yeah,
Let's
and
just
also
say
for the
that.
fact that the 4-2-3-1 will be on paper, but we never
Hmm.
play what is on paper, obviously, because
Okay.
our
Yeah.
formations in position and out of position are completely different. So it's going
Hmm.
to be more of a 2-3-5 where the two center backs play at the back. We
Hmm.
have both the midfielders in between plus one inverted
Full back.
fullback, and one of
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
fullback drops in front to attack, which makes it a five in front, and which has
Okay.
always been Arteta's diamond plan. So
Hmm.
I think we're going to make sure to continue with what Arteta has preached from day one.
And it was coming into light after seeing how Calafiori was playing against Girona because Calafiori against Girona was anything but a left back. He
Hmm.
was up in the spaces. He was basically moving like a forward in that game, and he
True.
was he was very very attacking, and he was
Hmm.
occupying spaces higher up the field, which I think is going to be Calafiori's role. And I have to say that one that guy is a unicorn. He
Hmm.
he is special. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much for all the people commenting and for the 12 concurrent subscribers. Do keep subscribing. We're going to be as consistent as possible. The next comment is from Dr. Gunny saying, tell signing for Man United. I do not know. Is he?
Wanted Spurs? I thought
Yeah,
Spurs,
that's what.
right?
No, because a report just
Yeah.
came
So
out
the
from
Yeah,
Fabrizio
the
saying
issue.
Levy is
Okay,
in Bayern.
what is he tweeted?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Fabrizio put out a tweet saying that Daniel Levy is in Bayern to accelerate the talks between Tell and him. And I think personal terms have been agreed, if I'm not wrong. At least that's what the tweet says.
Personal terms with Spurs, bro. What the
Yeah, I mean,
I
that's true. I
mean,
mean,
see, it
mm,
would be it would be ridiculous for Tell to move to Spurs if it's a loan deal.
mm,
I have no issues with that, but Tell for 60 million euros just shows how desperate
I mean,
Spurs
yeah.
is, and I'm
apart
sorry to say, but huh?
apart from the fees, I think it can be a very sensible move for Tel on a permanent basis because as to how Son is obviously aging, he can
Mm,
actually hold the superstar tax at Spurs. And
mm,
a signing of him will give them the versatility again, but he's still very, very raw to
mm,
even be
Yeah.
signed on a loan deal for Arsenal, I'd say.
mm,
But
mm,
if they're if they're asking for 60 million, there's no point Arsenal even try to go for a loan in this deal.
mm,
So
mm,
if they are giving him a better project for him to work at, I don't know what project Spurs initially even have, but if that was the plan is, then fair enough for him
mm,
because he'll get the
mm,
time to play, which he doesn't at Bayern Munich.
And also,
mm,
there won't be many eyeballs on him, to, criticize him for his play.
mm,
And
mm,
to succeed at Spurs being an attacker, I don't think it's much, it's an issue. And
mm,
I mean, yeah, for him, it's just about ambition. I don't see Spurs winning anything, and I
mm,
don't see Spurs even getting, top six next season. I
uh,
mean, there are teams much, much, much better than them who are strengthening at the moment. So
mm,
yeah, it's a good deal for Bayern. It's a desperate move for Spurs, but United and Arsenal would actually be idiots if they, go and shell out the 60 million on a permanent move for Matisse. It makes no sense.
I
mm,
mean,
mm,
even Garnacho ain't moving, so there's no point of
Yeah,
going for Tell. So United, it doesn't make sense.
mm.
But
And
an
also,
inside
yeah,
forward
good.
role would fit United.
yeah, he would do well at Spurs. I mean,
Mm,
Spurs is the best suited for him if we are to go by the play style because he's a lot
Yeah.
like Son. I've been saying this a lot that he's an inside forward, not a winger.
mm,
And the thing with United is I haven't seen their wingers operating as much in central spaces, but if Tell can actually play that inside forward role that
mm,
Amorim puts on paper, I think he'll be a good move for them. And
And also
for Arsenal, yeah,
Spurs can give him the spaces where he wants to use his burst of pace as
exactly.
well. So
mm,
that is a
mm.
good aspect for him to work into.
Agreed, agreed. And also, I think one last point. Tottenham have signed close to I think four 18-year-old kids or 17-year-old, like around that age. And has been
Useful
asked
player.
and has been asking for experienced players. I agree. Like we were at a stage where we signed prospects, but they were at least like 21, 22, like that. And now they're coming into prime. These guys in like 4 years they'll hit just 23 or 22 or sometimes even 21. So will Tottenham give Ange those many years to like build something? I do not know. So
Yeah.
I really do
Not
not
Ange,
understand this
but
whole. Yeah, I really do not know. But yeah, the next comment probably kill me. Probably they just kill me already. What if we end up signing Rashford?
there's no
It's a
chance for that.
possibility. I'm not even lying, it's a possibility.
No,
How though? How are we gonna get him on loan?
if we sign Rashford, trust me, I'm going to rename my Twitter thing. Arteta out, KSA out, Arsenal out. I do not care. I do not care. You could sign even Evans or something, but if you sign Rashford, I'm killing myself. I do not care. I do not
So
want Rashford anywhere.
For me, it's more of Rashford when he put out that interview after the City game. I think
Mm,
Rashford would have thought that, clubs would be crazy over me. They would be head over heels to get me into their team, which
mm,
evidently has not happened.
mm,
And the fact that, he'll spend another 6 months at United getting no game time because I'm pretty sure all the bridges between Amorim and Rashford are burnt. So I don't
mm,
see him getting a starting spot at United, and
mm,
especially with Garnacho doing well.
mm,
And so it's just like, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. So it would be if we aren't able to get any player, if Watkins move doesn't materialize, if Tell goes to Spurs, I think
mm,
Marcus Rashford would be like, okay, so you want an attacker.
mm.
I'm an attacker. I want to play some games. I want to get some game time. A 6 month loan, come on.
But
And with the deadline day desperation in place, I think it is a possibility.
but realistically, I don't see it happening because of the whole loan saga thing. And secondly,
Mm.
on a permanent, I
Oh
don't
yeah,
think
yeah,
Arsenal are
yeah.
gonna shift their whole system just for his wages.
Oh,
And
sorry,
the
sorry.
fact
Okay,
that
everything that I've said goes in the bin. I completely forgot we can't get a player on loan. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Sorry, sorry,
exactly.
sorry.
Mhm. We
So
had
I
two Premier League
realistically
lads.
don't see
Agreed.
it.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I
Fair
think
enough.
it's going to be a surprise from a foreign club that we're going to sign on loan. That's the only
Mm.
chance we have. Apart from
Mm.
that, I don't see us do shit this window.
Mhm. Yeah. Hey, Pandya Rajan. I think I recognize you from Twitter. Hey, do you guys recognize him? I think I know him. But
Yeah,
yeah, hey, welcome to the
Nwaneri.
stream. I hope you're subscribed and keep supporting. His comment says, no need of any panic buys. Agreed. I do not want us to compromise our summer budget for now. At the same time, I do not want us to compromise this season just so that we can do something in the summer.
So
There is no point in
both
wasting
both
one
the
entire.
things don't both the things don't go hand in hand. Like if you want to say that okay, don't make any panic buys, focus
Mm,
on the summer, and then you're like, okay, but I don't want us to give up on the season either.
mm,
I'm sorry, it's not happening. If you don't sign anyone,
mm,
uh, be rest assured that you are in a top four battle, and
mm,
the most you'll get in the Champions League is the quarterfinals. Once we face someone like a Real or a Bayern or
No, we're not
City in
going to
the
face them
quarterfinal,
till semi-finals.
yeah,
The chances of
I'm
us
pretty sure
facing
we'll be
anyone in
knocked out.
quarterfinals is basically Atletico Madrid or a Bayer Leverkusen.
mm, mm,
So yeah, that's that.
mm. Our last comment so far is from Anna. Miles Lewis Kelly or Califury for Sunday's game.
Who,
Kala Fury for me.
who, who is the
I
right back? Oh, Mateus Nunes, Calafiori. Yeah,
Califury, I feel because I think City are don't have Ake. They don't have this one,
Ruben Diaz.
Doku and Diaz as well.
Oh, that's
Yeah, yeah.
nice.
And
I
Doku,
mean,
Doku
Oh
will be
fuck,
on the
but they
left,
do have
right? Okay,
they
okay,
do
okay.
have this guy,
It
man.
will be Timber.
hmm,
They have
Nah, the
Savini on the
only
right
player
wing,
I'm
but they have
scared
Marmoush as well.
Not the
hmm.
only player I'm scared about at in City is Omar Marmoush. Yeah.
Same, same. We
If
kind of
if there's
found
a
Yeah,
that with.
guy
maybe.
who can, if there's a guy who can rip apart that defense, it's him.
And if
Mm-hmm.
there is a guy who can keep him cold, is Uren Timber alongside
Okay,
Saliba,
yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
So,
So that is going to be
completely
a
agree.
big, big clash. But I would want to
Mm,
see Calafiori start. Why?
mm,
Because last game against City, he got turned
mm,
by Savino, but he
mm,
redeemed himself with a goal and the whole
Good, yeah.
game as well. I think he got injured
mhm.
in that game, right?
Hmm.
No, 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 no.
He
It's
got injured and then MLS came on.
no, he didn't have any match fitness. That is why he just
Oh,
played 60 minutes and then got
oh
subbed
yeah.
out.
Yeah, so even
Mm,
with what I saw of him against Girona, I would want him to
mm,
start because our what we saw in the Girona game is that we didn't have right hand side bias, but we had left hand side bias, and
mm,
the overloads on the
Yeah.
right hand side, on the
mm,
left hand side were very key for Nwaneri on isolation on the right. So
mm,
I think it's going to be a complete fest against these two guys, these two
mm,
Spaniards going against them tactically.
mm,
So I would want to see
mm.
Calafiori up front.
True, true. I'll actually add to this
Calafiori would.
question. Mm,
Because MLS is someone who I would prefer when we are to keep possession of the ball a lot. And I
mm,
don't think that needs to be the case against City, because City plays a high line, a kind of high line, and the defense is not good. The
mm,
defenses looked way too shaken with Ruben Diaz and what's his name, Nathan Ake out. I'm pretty
mm,
sure Kusanov will get his second game in.
mm.
Havertz
Yeah.
is going to bully him, bro.
Chill, chill,
That,
chill, chill. Now, what I'm
well, I,
interested is
I,
to
I
know from you
actually
guys.
want that guy to do well, but I don't see him fit in at City, man.
No,
It's
no, no.
too
He's
big a
very
move
good.
for him.
He's good,
No,
man.
it's
Don't
too
judge
big
him
a
on
move
one
for
game.
him that early in his career.
Um,
Nah, to be
he-
honest, it's a good move for him, man. He's
it's
been doing
actually
very
It's a
well
smart.
for
good
them.
move. It's a very good move, but it will take some time for him to adapt to the
And
Ah,
league
that
it's
is.
perfectly
philosophy that
fine for him,
Calafiori is
though.
in.
Because he's not
Mm-hmm.
come here to be a starter. It's not like he's come
Yeah,
for United to play as a starter.
exactly,
But
exactly.
at City, he has the resources for him to build into a good player. And he had a
Mm-hmm.
decent debut apart from the mistake that he made.
True, true.
He's very physical. He can cope up to this, I
Mm.
think.
What I want to know from you guys is what is your front three? Would you start Veneri or would you start Trossard and Martinelli?
I
What
think
would
I'd
your
put Trossard left center, left wing because of how good he was over there. I
hmm.
don't know.
Yeah,
So you would start Trossard, Havertz, and Veneri.
Yeah, mostly.
Martinelli off
this
the
this
bench.
this would be
Yeah,
this would be my front three too.
Martini off the bench is very
Martinelli
smart
should not.
against
Yeah,
City,
Martinelli should not be starting. I'm
and
sorry.
off the bench against City, Martinelli is a very good option to have.
Yeah, yeah.
If we are trailing, if it's still a 0-0, it's a
Mm.
good option for him to be direct against City's defense.
But think about it in this way, right? We are playing where? At the Emirates, at our home, and we got to play front foot. When you're going playing front foot, would you start Trossard? I mean, would you start Nwaneri, or would you start like either Trossard or Martinelli? Because I feel since we need to
See,
be on the
Nwaneri
front
is
foot,
starting right wing for sure.
so that is
He has
guaranteed. You
to.
would you won't change on that.
I won't change
No.
on that.
Okay, so
But I
would you
won't
start?
be too this thing
Vaneri,
with
Vaneri
Martinelli
is
playing.
actually in a Vaneri is in a rich vein of form right now, and you know
Mm,
the kind of goal he scored against Girona, you cannot drop a talent like that. You know he knows that there's a big game coming up. He knows
mm,
that he's got big shoes to fill in, and he knows that he has the manager's confidence. So I
okay,
don't see him being
that's for
dropped.
sure. That's
And
for sure.
hand to heart, he's 1,000 times better than what Trossard and Martinelli serve up on the right wing. I'm
Mm,
Or
pretty sure.
Mr. Sterling also gives us.
Or Sterling.
Yeah. So to be honest, with how our dynamics are, because we are expected to hold the ball a bit more, so I would
mm,
want Trossard
Yeah.
to start. But
mm,
if that is not the case, I would play Martinelli on the left wing. But I'd
mm,
really want to see Trossard start on the left wing, to be honest,
okay.
because I
Yeah,
think we are going to
mm,
work our way through crosses as well. So he's a better option to play crosses
Mhm.
into the box.
mm. And to be fair, Trossard has been improving over the last 3-4 games. I'll give him
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That is for sure. So yeah. We have comment from Anna saying Veneri on the right wing, he scored a Saka score. Like, yeah, true, fair enough. My only thing is that am I being too protective? Like he's just what 17-year-old kid. Would you throw him to the deep end to start against City? Can he handle the physicality that City has?
He
So,
Yeah.
is physical.
He is
His
physical.
physicality is
You know, he's
unmatched.
deceptively physical. He's like MLS, you know. Looking at MLS, I don't get a feeling that, you know, he'll bully players and
Both are
you know,
bulldozers or
hold himself.
something.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, Valeri is good. You know, it's almost as if Haaland has cloned Saka. I find so many similarities in his play and Vaneri's, you know. It's
Yeah.
actually crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And against Girona, he had Partey at right back who didn't overlap much, or his overlaps were underutilized. But against City, we'd have Urian Timber doing that role.
Timber.
So it just
Yeah.
makes it much better for him in terms
Mm-hmm.
of tracking back as well, which is a big factor because we saw him track back versus Girona the other day. So it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
reduced versus City,
And
I
I
hope.
think we kind of forgot that. Remember the first goal? I mean, the first chance that we created on the left side came from
One Eri's
Veneri's
weak foot, that too.
weak foot that goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy to see. And yeah,
And
another
you
point
know,
regarding the Girona
I,
game,
I I'm
Calafiori scored an
I'm
offside
pretty
goal.
sure now, I'm pretty sure that Arush has talked about this. Vaneri has developed this habit of putting in half space crosses a lot, and those crosses are very, very good. And I think that's an area where, you know,
Mm,
City can be undone
mm,
Yeah.
because of Rice coming in with those late runs in the box and Havertz being a presence. Yeah.
mm,
Yeah.
mm, mm.
What would your
Ah,
midfield be though? Would you start Partey or would you start Jorginho or
Jorginho.
Merino Rice?
Jorginho, Rice, and Odegaard.
Yeah,
Same,
Jorginho, Rice, Odegaard.
same, same.
Like,
But
But it won't
how
happen,
many
so I
how many minutes
accepted
did
my fate.
Jorginho play versus
he
Girona?
played
Against Girona,
close to
Liverpool.
70 minutes. Close to 70, 80 minutes
70,
he
yeah.
played, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Last season, I've said the same thing. I said Jorginho, Dan in the Premier League, he needs to be used as that special attacking pawn in UCL because he has that experience to do well. He knows how to like calm the game down, especially in the UCL game. And I think that was the mistake that we did when we played against Porto away. I think we should have
Okay.
started Jorginho and Rice. But yeah, it's fine. We ended up winning that game, but it is what it is. Uh,
I
the
also
next
called
point.
I
Hmm,
also called I also called Jorginho to play against Newcastle, the game that we lost 2-0, if you guys remember correctly.
hmm,
The
hmm,
FA
hmm,
Cup game, I was
yeah.
adamant on having Jorginho sitting at the center of the midfield.
Hmm, hmm.
And you guys were like, nah, he'll be eaten alive. And I'm
That
like,
is true.
no,
And
no,
what?
that is not how football works.
Okay, okay, fair enough. Yeah. The last comment we have for today, as at least for now, is from Dr. Gunner saying Martinelli has been improving. Yeah, you know what, Parth?
Uh,
You let us know. Is he improving?
yeah, the issue for me with Martinelli is not that he does not get goals and assists.
Hmm,
The main problem for me is the fact that I don't see him as a good winger, which he predominantly plays at Arsenal.
hmm,
I honestly don't think, he's got one skill that would make me say that, okay, he is a winger. He is the winger that I have in my mind. He's more of an
hmm,
inside forward,
hmm,
which comes to the fore when, he is in those situations. But for someone, I expect a winger to be good 1v1. I expect a winger to be creative, and
hmm,
I expect winger to be intelligent, which he's not.
hmm, hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's
Hmm.
a worst attacker, by the way. Just putting it out there.
Is
Uh,
what?
oh, sorry, Sterling
Sterling
exists.
exists,
Okay,
bro.
Sterling
Sterling exists.
exists. Yeah, Sterling.
Worst attacker still has more goals than Trossard, bro. Just saying.
Again, his goal scoring is not an issue. His wing play is.
Hmm. But we've been begging for Saudi to come and buy our player. I just didn't expect them to come and monitor Martinelli's situation. I mean, mhm. Would you sell Martinelli? I mean, I know we would sell him, but like, what do you think is the price tag that you guys would be willing to like let him
100
go for?
million.
Mitoma is going
100
for
million.
90, then why not Martinelli for
I
90?
Mitoma 90 plus 5, not just 90, 90 plus 5.
95. It was 95 euros, 95 million euros. So
Mm,
approximately 85 million pounds or something. 80,
mm, mm,
85. If a
mm.
bid around of around 100, comes from Martinelli, man, sell him. Don't even think, sell him.
To be honest,
Yeah.
70 plus is also sell him.
Yeah,
But
100%.
I think Martinelli is more of the guy who would go to a bigger European club than
Mm,
Yeah.
this thing. Just put a bid for Trossard because we saw Saudi was in for Trossard, so that
mm,
is
mm,
an aspect that they can do.
mm.
Trossard is a better goal scorer than Mitoma, man. He is good. Please take him for 45. Take him for 50. I would happily give him
I don't want 40 or 50. I want 30. 27 million.
30.
Say we bought it for 30, 27, 3 million sale plus is also like insane for me. So yeah. But it's kind of funny to like
Also,
see like
what's
yeah,
what's
how.
crazy? What's crazy to me is Duran went to Duran getting sold ahead of Watkins. No,
Mm,
Duran could have easily fetched them 100 million in the summer, easily. And
mm,
not one player would come and look at Ollie Watkins and be like, okay, he is 30,
mm,
and let's get him for upwards of a 50 million pound.
mm,
That is never happening, and it is, a bit insensible from Villa to reject a bit like, what's been reported. It's like we bid 45 million pounds for Watkins, and I'm pretty sure we are ready to go higher up. And they accepted a 64 million pound bid for Duran, which equates
mm,
to 77 million euros.
mm,
It's a
mm.
bit weird.
I mean, for Duran, considering how his growth has been, and he's still what 21, I think, it
It's
is a fair
21.
Yeah,
Yeah.
move for him to get the money, get the bag for now, and
Mm,
come back to Europe in 2 more years, which is a
two, three
fair
years.
enough point for him because he
Mm,
comes
mm,
from Colombia and Colombia money, all of that. It makes sense for him
yeah.
to do it for his family.
mm,
So
mm.
I see it fine. He'd start in front of Ronaldo, though, which is a joke. But yeah.
That's
And
the whole
he
reason
would
he's
have,
leaving.
I'm pretty sure he would have gotten a 100 million plus move in the summer with Chelsea lurking, and
That's what. Yeah.
Chelsea would have paid 100 million for him. I'm pretty sure.
The
And
way
I'm
the
pretty
way
sure in the
Chelsea.
next 2 years also he will get a move more than 60 million.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
for that he needs to keep banging goals, right? Like now.
He will
Uh,
bang, bro. What is there to bang in the Camel League, bro?
um, okay, you mean Saudi? Yeah. Okay. I meant like if he was in the Premier League to get that big move. I think he needs to keep banging goals for the next 2 years or something while still being the second fiddle to Watkins, assuming that Watkins is still in. Aston Villa. But the whole reason he's leaving Aston Villa is to get proper game time or to be the number one. And he's going to Saudi.
Yeah.
And in Saudi, that is the team where Ronaldo is the player there. I don't get the whole move, to be
I
honest.
mean, Talisca has moved out from there and gone to, I think, Besiktas or something, or
Fenerbahce,
Istanbul. I don't know.
Fenerbahce,
Okay.
So
Mm,
it makes
Fenerbahce. Yeah.
sense for him to play
mm,
there because Talisca used to start games.
okay. Okay.
But
Mm,
I've got a feeling that Emery rates Watkins much higher than Duran because I haven't seen Duran getting many starts, and whenever he's gotten starts, I don't think he's done that well. So he's
mm,
basically being utilized as an impact sub, and he's
mm,
actually derived all the value from all the magic moments that he's created.
mm,
He was an unknown commodity like 6 months ago, and he's
mm.
gone for 77 million.
And let's be
They've
honest,
actually cashed in on the hype. Villas cashed in on the hype.
Cool.
and let's be honest, you don't have to do much when you're in the Premier League to just give you a
Yeah,
couple of
again,
moments and your price tag just
yeah,
increases.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't do anything from the
100%.
academy, we have teams like Chelsea City selling players for like 20, 30 million, which is an
Mm,
absolute joke to this market, what it has become. But yeah,
mm.
just that.
I mean, the goal probably that put him on the world stage was the goal against Bayern and Aston Villa winning 1-0 because of his goal. I think that is where people
Hmm.
like knew about like who Duran. Before it was just like a Premier League sensation right now, and like, but against Bayern Munich at was just absolutely crazy. So yeah, hmm. That's it for the comments for now. Do you guys want to go back and recap of the entire thing, or do you just want to go straight into our situation right now? How's the mood?
I have 15 minutes more.
Okay, then we'll just
Let's
quickly
talk
scroll
about the
past all of
situation right now.
yeah. We'll just scroll past all these things easily and we'll go. City
Yeah.
won against Club Brugge. Sit. But in all honesty, I think it's a good thing that they won so that they could come into they could play two extra games in the
Did I
UCL.
watch
So
the
they
game?
were and I actually watched first half. Yeah. I saw till Bruce scoring
Yeah.
and then Kovacic equalized and I was like,
Marmoush
okay.
player?
No, Marmoush and Kusanov were not allowed to play in the Champions League. They'll
Hmm,
get registered for the round of 16
second.
though.
Yeah,
Oh,
second period. Yeah. And it's Man City. Liverpool losing momentum, hopefully.
Nah,
Uh,
they
this
they played they played their academy boys, and it was like Chiesa getting minutes. So Chiesa hardly has played for Liverpool this season. So yeah, I
yeah.
wouldn't consider this match to be
I
anything
don't know what
special.
this game. I have no idea. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. This
Ooh,
apparently,
I actually watched this game. I actually watched this game yesterday.
eh, okay. Few
Yeah.
words about it. Few words about it. Come on.
Nah, again, the thing with them is they've been rotating a lot. It was again Bruno in the midfield,
Mm,
alongside who
mm,
was it? Toby Collier, and it
mm,
was Kobe Minu playing as the 10, which
That's what it
I've
was.
always believed better suits him. I am still not sold on him being a 10-10. I mean, he's a weird player, man. He's definitely not a 6. He's not defensively good enough to be an 8, but he's
mm,
got good attacking abilities, but
mm,
not good enough to be a 10. So it's a weird one with Kobe Menu. And other than that, it was a decent performance put in by them, and it was a Lisandro Martinez show. Yeah,
mm,
if I were to sum up that game, it was just that, that guy defensively he does not excite me defensively. He's got a lot of, flaws in his defensive game, but when
mm,
it comes to being on the ball, he is very, very good. And, over
mm,
the last 3, 4 games for United, he's been exemplary,
mm,
distributing the ball from the left centre back position and even
mm,
moving with it in the midfield. He's
mm.
been pretty good. And
And the
Dallo
whole point.
also got a goal.
Mm.
And yeah, so it was a good game, but I expected them to win. I mean,
Mm.
what
Okay.
what even is FCSB, man? It's
And also, why aren't Chelsea
Mm.
playing in the Conference League? What happened to Conference League?
nah, it's a weird one. I think if they've qualified, they don't have to play or something like that. Or was it only 6 games for them in the group stage? I don't know. They've not played for the last 2 weeks, I'm pretty sure.
Uh,
Yeah,
uh,
that's what.
the matches are straight on February 13th. I do not know why. Probably there are like
Yeah.
lesser teams. Maybe like they got to but enter motor. Speaking of
United
Chelsea.
might want to take notes. United might want to take notes for the Conference League for next season. So yeah.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. This Sanchez mistake was very, very similar to the Neto mistake. I couldn't believe what Sanchez was doing. Like,
And
and you know what?
but
Hmm.
in Sanchez's defense, at least he was in his own box, unlike Neto.
That is true. That is very true. And what's funnier is like seeing Chalobah there. Chalobah was ostracized from his club, sent to Crystal
Yeah,
Palace, called back, started immediately, and then he has to face this.
I mean,
It's yeah. Hmm.
even when we've previously had conversations about Chelsea, I have said this that they've got good attacking talent. They've got a manager who can platform that attack well, but what
Hmm.
they severely lack is their defense and the goalkeeper. You know,
Hmm.
that is exactly what's been costing them games over and
Hmm.
over and over again. It
Hmm.
it's actually ridiculous that they've got a backline of Akim Pong, who is it? Akim Pong, Trevor Chalobah, and Levi Colville. I mean, you spent 1.5 billion and that is your back three. And Reece
Hmm.
James, who barely stays fit. So
Hmm. Hmm.
and Robert Sanchez in goal.
Hmm.
With
Hmm.
and the fact that they've got like 5, 10 goalkeepers that they've actually already bought and they've sent them on loan.
True,
It's
true.
weird, man. Weird.
And also this thing, right? We've been talking about how shit Desasi has been, and then he gets linked with Aston Villa. Like, okay, I mean, I don't. I mean, it's a
It's
bigger move for him
it's
at this
just
point.
some
He'll
of
go
those
play.
moves that Villa and Chelsea have been making.
Mm,
The uh inter club moves that they've been making. There's been a lot of business between those
mm,
two. I think it
mm,
was Ian Matson. It can be Joao Felix. It is Axel Disasi.
mm.
Crazy, crazy.
Oh yeah, Matt. Where is Matson, by the way? The entire hype about him.
He's at Aston
Matson is
Villa, no?
in Villa. Yeah.
Is he playing? I have no idea.
Yeah, he played against
No.
Arsenal, bro.
He's
He
asked.
played against Arsenal, but he's not been getting a lot of game time. It's been
Mm,
what's his name? Luca Dean, who's
yeah.
Yeah.
been getting more
Okay.
games.
Next one we have.
Guys, I'm gonna take a leave, man.
Okay. Bye,
Yeah.
Arush. Thank you for
Thank you
coming.
for hosting me,
Bye.
guys. Bye bye. It's been
Yeah.
fun.
Enjoy your game, by the way. Bye bye.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
All right.
Well, it's part.
Yep.
It's just us two trying to carry the entire stream. Come, let's do it.
Yeah.
Ah,
So
Tottenham versus Leicester. This
I
prime Vardy. Prime Vardy.
Vardy's actually not been doing much this season.
Mm,
Yeah, he
mm,
gets those odd goals, but I mean, he's a 38-year-old striker who's known for
yeah.
his shithouse. He was known for good finishing, and he's still
Mm,
doing it at the highest level.
mm,
So yeah,
mm,
kudos to
mm,
him, man. But
yeah.
I still can't wrap my head around this result, man. What is even going in at Spurs, man?
True, true. But and
Crazy.
speaking, we've spoken about like how that's one Tottenham have been like just have been like trying to get kids into their team, trying to build a project and all that. But don't you think like Leicester as a club, like they won the Premier League, they've gone and played the Champions League, they've gone
Yeah.
down, they've come up in dramatic style. Luckily, Maresca has not bottled that entire thing, else it would have been really historic in their downfall
Hmm.
because they were like leading by close like 20 points or something, then almost bottled it. Right. And
Yeah.
still, and still their main striker is Vardy. Whichever striker they brought in after that, Iheanacho didn't do well. Doku,
Patson
da,
Daka.
da, Daka didn't do well.
Yeah.
And now they have some other striker who I'm not sure about his name, but is not doing well as well. Like, do you think obviously we don't follow that much. Probably at least I don't follow. Do you have any idea like what exactly has been the striker issue? Like any comments on that? Because I feel it's always been a striker issue.
Uh, I think, Vardy has been the mainstay for them for quite some years now. And
Mm,
it's always been when Vardy is injured, can someone
mm,
come in and do the job that he used to do for the Foxes? And
mm,
that's not been the case. Patson Daka is not terrible, but,
mm,
he hasn't been able to step in when Vardy
mm.
was not there. And now they've been
Exactly.
focusing more on their wingers. So they've got
mm,
a player named Bilal El Khanous. So
mm,
he's been doing well, and now they've I think signed Jordan Ayew as well. So I
mm,
mean,
mm.
yeah, and they're doing whatever is in their capacity to stay up, but I don't see them staying up.
I
The
think
fact
I think
for the
they'll be
fact that
relegated.
Southampton is terrible and that and they've reserved the 20th place for them exclusively, I
Mm,
still feel that Leicester will finish 19th and it would
mm.
be I don't want to say this, but I think it will be Ipswich getting relegated, finishing 18th. That
Ipswich.
is a good team, man. That
Mm-hmm.
is a good team.
True. That is true. McKenna doing
Yeah,
a really good job. And the way that they run, it kind of reminds me of Luton. But the only difference is that Luton didn't pick up
exactly.
points
Yeah,
in starting and they started to pick up late on, but it too late. I think
yeah.
what the Ipswich have done is like picked up points here and there and even picked up points when nobody expected them to. So I
Mhm.
think that has been a thing. We'll just hope that Ipswich does well and just stays up.
And I'm
Um, yeah.
for I don't want to be too harsh on Ange, but he's
Mm,
just being too stubborn with the kind of
mm,
injury crisis that they're going through right now. They've
mm,
been playing what Archie Gray, Pedro Porro. I mean, yeah, Pedro Porro is a starter, but it's been Archie Gray, Radu
mm.
Dragoshin, Jet Spence, and they've been playing a lot of games for Spurs.
And even Burgo, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, Lucas Bergwijn is a good player, so I
Mhm,
don't consider him as someone who's just been thrown in. But
mm,
again, they've got a lot of issues, and
mm,
the fact that Ange will not change, and the fact that they are heading
mm,
to a relegation battle, which I don't think they'll be a part of. But yeah,
mm, mm.
it's weird. But again, their expectations are so low that everything's going under the radar with Spurs. I mean, honestly saying, no one cares about where Spurs is, how Spurs is doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So, an interesting comment from Dr. Vivek. Hey, how are you, by the way? Ramsdale legacy either fighting for the title or being relegated.
This
The
guy,
real all
man,
in.
this guy, I swear to God.
Uh,
Robert Sanchez can give competition to Ramsdale
mm,
when it
mm,
comes to his shenanigans.
mm,
It's crazy, man. Ramsdale was good riddance. 30 million for him
mm.
is a jackpot. Not
True,
even
true,
lying.
true.
Yeah.
And also for the fact that, when Ramsdale was at Arsenal, it didn't feel like we had those many issues with the goalkeeper. But once Raya came in, we saw a lot of different. We didn't find that much difference as well. But then when Ramsdale went and started playing for Southampton, that's when I saw, okay, my God, it's been this glaring
And
difference.
the issue then was our expectations. We weren't expected to fight for the title, and we were just like, okay, we bottled a top four place in
Mm,
21-22. We
mm,
we at least want to get a top four finish, and then we finished, second with Ramsdale. So it was
mm,
just like Ramsdale's abilities
mm,
were overrated to a point where we considered him to be world class when he was a good keeper, but
mm,
again, when there's competition and when there's a keeper that's actually better than you, it
mm.
becomes evident, and that is when we started to feel that Ramsdale, yeah, he ain't all that. He's awful.
True, true. Um, Hello guys, sorry for being late, Baba. Getting viewers is always great. People
Yeah.
saying I'm sorry for being late. We need people like you in our lives.
Vivek,
Always
Vivek, I
support.
always,
Yeah, yeah.
always is in our streams, man.
True,
Yeah.
true, true. Always there. Either commenting or viewing there or like texting as well. And
And
thank
not
you so much
even
for being.
not even on our channel, he watches a lot of other YouTubers as well.
True,
I've seen
true,
him in their
true,
comments, and I'm like, oh, yeah, you
true.
are you are Dr. Vivek. Yeah, yeah, I know you.
We all know you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Coming to our UCL. I'll bring up the Premier League later because it is fine, but a UCL
yeah.
game. Uh, I'm glad
No, no,
we.
actually, no comments on the performance. It was awful. We just got out unscathed without an injury, and we won the game. So yeah, that's all, man. It was awful. We didn't play well. We didn't
So,
play
so
well.
in this spell, we were just trying to manage it at the same time play our bench or like second fiddle people and all that. Getting play like Neto, getting Calafiori the minutes to be match fit. Sterling.
And that guy is weird, man. He he has got those instances in the game where he does do
Mm,
things, but then they result in nothing. So
mm,
it's
mm.
weird. And that guy is terribly low on confidence, man. You
True,
can just see it in him. He tries
true,
to
true, true.
shoot, the shot is
Mm,
grounded. The
mm,
shot is literally grounded, man. He he's terrible. I actually haven't got much to say on him, man.
mm,
Sterling
mm.
should be gone, but we
Uh,
can't loan him out. I mean, we
True.
can't send him back to Chelsea, so we're stuck
Mm,
with him
mm,
for another 6 months.
Because at least we need somebody. Forget somebody, we need
Yeah.
somebody. Somebody right there.
Yeah,
And
it's just that
mm,
I mean, again, credit to him, he still tries. He is someone
agreed.
who,
Agreed.
throws himself that, okay, I'm not gonna play, I'm not gonna perform. He tries to, but he
Mm,
can't pull anything off. So it's
mm,
just a dire situation to be in. And it
mm,
had actually, at some point, it seemed like we were getting ourselves into trouble to get ourselves out of it. It was weird. It was chaos all around. That was a pathetic watch.
True,
Pathetic
true,
watch.
true. Luckily, the second goal that Girona scored was offside.
Offside,
El-
yeah.
Else it would have been chaos. I almost Sterling missed
Yeah.
a penalty. Why did we need him? And again, a lot of racial abuse will come in. I'm like, we can't be bothered at that
But
point.
I'm
But yeah,
I'm happy like we won the game and we just
mm,
conceded one goal. Yeah.
true,
It
true,
was
true.
just about, not losing competition. So yeah. So it's just that I just wanted the top eight finish.
Same, same. Parts, we're still debating about Martinelli, bro. What are your views on him, Suchit Bhai?
And you give your views on him. Till then I'll charge my earphones.
So, Martinelli, my player, I have a lot of bias for him towards him than Saka in my for me because at least when in the 2009 to, that 2019-20 season, that's when he started, and that's when he started the game against Liverpool. I remember. No, no, not even Liverpool. I think it was Burnley or something. He just came and like did a lot of things, and I was like, bro, this guy is like my age. I was 19, 18 back then. This guy came, did shit like we were like dreaming about, and that's when it caught me, and I was like, wow, this is such a good player. I've backed him. I've always backed him. I will keep backing him. But if a market opportunity comes where we can sell him for like close to like 70, 80 million or something, it would be a hard thing for me to accept it. But I think Arsenal would take the chance, assuming that we go buy a experienced player to make sure that the the title race continues or we win the title. I'm not taking that 70, 80 million to invest in another project. I can't. I honestly can't take with another winger who's a project. That's why I'm not like, so keen about Nico Williams. I would either take like someone like Semenyo or like even Barcola as a project. Is Barco? Do you think Barcola is a project? I can't hear you, by the way. I can't hear you. Oh, okay, 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 okay. No worries, no worries. So that is the case, but it would honestly like this. It will genuinely dishearten me. Like if you sell Martin, I honestly can't take it. It'd be very hard to agree. Like Smith Rowe's thing, we kind of got
But
issue because over two seasons he's not played much, so people have kind of agreed that, huh, Smith was like done for Arsenal, but Martinelli playing, and suddenly gone would probably affect me a little bit at least. Yeah, you were saying for.
see, Bradley Barcola is a prospect. Nico
Mm,
Williams is a prospect.
mm.
Then Antoine Semenyo, I won't say is a prospect, but he's someone. Yeah, he ain't a prospect. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's
He's my
24.
age. My
Yeah,
age.
he's 24 exactly. He's not a prospect, but if you're like, if we get Nico Williams in, then I'm fine with us not getting Semenyo. That wouldn't make any sense because I still feel that Nico Williams is raw. and he needs a lot of refining before he can be a superstar winger. He can be a superstar winger, but it's just about are we ready to take a punt on him? And with regards to Martinelli, see, I'll give you certain situations that we were in before. So the case with Arsenal fans not having accepted the departure of Emil Smith Rowe, the the reason Arsenal fans have still not accepted the departure of Emil Smith Rowe is because he gave us a good 21-22. I feel it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 21-22 when we were in the trenches. When we had lost when we had lost our first three games. When we were sat 19th in the table. It was a season where the fallout between Aubameyang and Arteta happened, and we finished fifth. So that was the season where Saka and Smith Rowe actually took the onus on themselves to, push us forward and get the results. And they actually got us into a very good position. But what happens after that? He gives us one good season. In 22-23, he's riddled with injuries. In 23-24, he's riddled with injuries. And whenever he's played, he hasn't played at that level. Because of which a sale that too for 35 million pounds for a player that had hardly played in two seasons is very good. Now the thing with Martinelli is Martinelli is still going on the hype that he got in 22-23 when he had that breakout season where he scored 15 on-penalty goals. He matched Firmino's tally for the most number of goals scored in a season by a Brazilian in the Premier League. Brilliant. He was utilized. I mean, that was the best utilization of Martinelli. But ever since the 22-23 season, what's happened is 23-24, you can argue that, okay, he did not have a good left-hand side with him for him to perform. It was unsettled. Xhaka left, and it was Havertz who he could not get in, where he could not get himself to know him better, and it was what Zinchenko also didn't play a lot in 23-24. It was Kivior, so I give him the benefit of the doubt, but he was not good in 23-24. Right? In 24-25, this season, he has been one of our most tested forwards because it's either been Martinelli or Trossard who've been playing games. All right. And Martinelli, whenever he's come on, he does the same thing again and again. No, he he either crosses the ball with his left foot and his crosses are dreadful. He either cuts in and passes the ball to a midfielder or he just runs into nothingness. He will take on his man and he won't dribble past him. So I mean, we've given you two seasons and you can't say that okay he doesn't have a left hand side to function. He was given Lewis Kelly, he was given Merino, he was given Rice, and he was given Calafiori. He hasn't performed to the levels we expect him to. So if you're like okay, we expect Martinelli to be a player who will give us give us the goals here and there, goals scattered all around the competitions and at certain times. All right, if that's his feeling, fair enough, he's living up to your wishes of where he actually stands amongst the left wingers in the league. But for me, I want my left winger to be a game changer because we are a team that is heavily dependent on wingers to do well. And Martinelli, and the thing is, when we compare Martinelli and Saka, the difference is pattern. Saka's taken his game to a different level. Martinelli hasn't. If anything, Martinelli has regressed. So, if I offer, so I can't be going like, okay, he didn't do well this season, let's give him another season. And then if he doesn't do well the next season, you'll be like, okay, move him to centre forward, he might do well that season. You're doing nothing but tamping his value. If an offer of 70 million comes for him, he is the first person to get sold. Because if Martinelli wasn't the issue, Arteta would not have looked for Modric, he would not have looked for Trossard, and he would not have looked for Nico Williams. You're getting me? So
Agreed.
if
Agreed.
you consider Martinelli to be a rotational dual winger, perfect. He'll do a job for you there. But if you're
mm,
thinking of him as being someone who can win us the league, I'm sorry, he's not good enough.
mm,
I do
mm.
not rate Alejandro Garnacho, and at the moment, Alejandro Garnacho is playing better than Martinelli. Yeah,
You would
and I can
honestly
name
think
a lot
that.
of fingers, and I can name a lot of fingers that are better than Martinelli in the league.
Oh, I,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Screw you, man.
That it's just about the expectations, right? You
True, true.
expect a player to
Mm,
reach the levels that he's already reached, and you know it's
mm,
never going to be a possibility. So you're
mm,
like, okay, I'll just consider some of the good things that he's doing. So now the
mm,
thing is, the defensive work that he puts in outweighs all the terrible things that he's been doing in attack. And I'm like, he's a winger. He's meant
mm,
to attack.
mm,
So him being good out of possession is nothing special to me. I'm like,
mm,
okay, Arteta will get another winger who will do the same job whilst being good at attack.
mm.
So that is the issue, right? I'm not against Martinelli, but I'm just saying that that guy has not improved himself.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah,
And also the point where you said if Martelli wasn't an issue, Arteta will not look for a winger to
exactly.
as an upgrade. He look like a winger to rotate with Martelli. I completely agree. It's just that I have that bias. Right? That's why I can't honestly be very rational about it. But yeah, I know. What
Exactly
you
right.
say, what you said, it makes complete sense. Dr. Vivek, if you're still listening, I hope you understood the things that coming out. Don't ask me for it because I'm not going to be very rational about it. You ask me about any player, I'll tell you. I'll be very rational. Martinelli, for some reason, I just have a mental block and I can't tell it. I just can't
You
tell
know,
it.
there are people on Twitter as well, who will be like,
Mm,
okay, you're saying like Martinelli is not good, and then you
mm,
defend Havertz
mm,
till your last breath. And I'm like,
mm,
I see what Havertz does. I see how he's improved his game. I see
mm,
how he plays multiple positions in a single game and still, racks up the
mm,
numbers, which
mm,
Martinelli has not been doing. I mean, okay, you can look at the numbers that he's gotten in the league.
mm,
He is on like 8 or 9 goals and assists in like 20 games, which
mm,
if you consider in isolation is not bad, but it's
mm,
not bad for an average winger.
mm,
If you're looking at a superstar winger, nine
mm.
goals and assists in 20 games is poor.
True, true. Mm.
That's
We got
that's
this is what he said exactly. He has never had a stable left back or an LCM. Still has been better than Trossard, and time again he has been left alone to carry the ball. But he has scored his goal this season while gap.
see, that is exactly what I said. That is exactly what I said. That he scored 6 goals this season, Gakpo scored eight. So
Hmm,
his competition is not Cody Gakpo.
hmm,
Co- Cody Gakpo isn't a regular starter at Liverpool. At least he hasn't been a regular starter for a major part of last season and this
hmm,
season. It's only
true,
now
true.
that he's starting games. And when
Hmm,
it comes to comparing him with Trossard, Trossard
hmm,
has been miles better than Martinelli when he's been
hmm,
asked to step up and
hmm,
get the goals and assists. And
true, true.
Trossard actually does what I
Hmm.
want Martinelli to do.
Okay, beat your man, put in a cross, dribble,
Yeah,
pass. Okay, yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Um,
and he's got a presence in the box.
hmm,
Trossard is very good inside the box. Martinelli is not.
hmm, hmm. And I think here we don't need to even like set a bar, or we don't need to even compare with other wingers in the Premier League. All we have to do is compare him to the season that he had a breakout season, right? Is he
Yeah.
improving beyond that? That has not been the case. And if I remove that bias hat and I think rationally, I think you're absolutely correct. And comparing him to Gakpo is honestly right. Comparing him to like Mitoma is also not really, but like Mitoma is a
Mitoma
winger.
won't have. I can assure you that Mitoma will have worse numbers than Martinelli. I can assure you that. And I
Hmm.
still say Kaoru Mitoma is a much better player than Martinelli. It's all about the stats, and they are misleading at times.
True, true, true. Would you rather take Richarlison goals or would you take Havertz goals? I would take Havertz goals. I guess it's how we play and all that. So
Yeah.
makes sense. It kind of makes sense. I mean, the more we
But
talk
I
about
still
him,
want to
quality and
keep him.
yeah.
I still want to keep him to be an option, a
Mm,
rotational winger. And if a
mm,
bid worthy of, 50 to 60 million comes for him in
mm,
Europe, I
mm,
would rather sell him and Trossard. Trossard,
mm,
I'm pretty sure will be sold in the summer for like what, 2030. So
yeah. So,
if both our
mm,
wingers are sold, I don't think that will be the case, and I don't want it to be the case. But if we are to keep either of Trossard or Martinelli, I'll
mm,
keep Martinelli provided he
mm,
accepts his role as a rotational forward
mm.
for us.
So, so, agreed. Before we
Yeah,
go and continue the stream, I would like to thank all the 11 concurrent viewers who are like still there, who've been on and off. It's been absolutely amazing to see 11
yeah,
concurrent viewers, to be very honest. I think the highest we ever had in this stream was 13. I was like, we got to 13, guys. We got 13 people like putting their time to listen to us. I'm just grateful. Small, small creators, big achievements. That's what we need to do.
yeah.
Okay. The next point. Fabrizio Romano
Ooh,
came out saying, I mean, this is like long, long back, not 49 minutes back. It's
mhm,
been beyond 49 minutes.
yeah,
This is what he said. Fabrizio Romano on his YouTube channel said that Emery has been talking to the board and says that Watkins must stay. Then another report comes out few minutes back or like yeah, sometime back saying that Watkins want to stay as well. And he's spoken about the entire Watkins Cesco's probably coming in the summer as well and all that. So
yeah,
if you guys want to talk about it or want to know how what we discussed, do do go back to starting. We spoke exactly about this in starting. So I don't, we don't want to waste more time on this, and we just want to like talk. And we just like to like, progress more into the gospel. Okay, go back and see if you want to see about our discussion regarding Watkins, Tell, Sesco, and like the entire summer budget that we're planning also. Next one, a nice news
Chloe-
is is that Chloe
she had a
Kelly is
fallout at City. I'm pretty sure.
hi. She had a fallout at Arsenal. Then she said, "I'm so glad I went to City," and now she's back on loan. She's back on loan to Arsenal. The Russo Kelly bandit is back. Let's just hope it comes out well. Already, the women's team has been doing well since the new manager,
Yeah,
or let's say interim manager. The manager has continued and looks to be good. Let's just hope the best for the women's team.
yeah.
Now, the most important thing this weekend, Arsenal versus Man City. What exact, if you guys are not yet prepared or not yet in the headspace about the shit that is about to go down, let's have a small recap of what shit went on last time. Haaland. This, okay, we have a comment 1 second. Arun, which is I came from Twitter. Hi, Arun. I know, I recognize you. I genuinely recognize your name. Hi, Arun. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're subscribed and I hope you stay to the rest of the stream and you enjoy whatever we're discussing. And do be involved. Bring in all the comments, bring in
Okay.
all the text that you have for us as well. We'll all discuss it. We're here for a long time. I have nothing to do. So if part also goes, I'm here to talk with you guys as well. It's completely fine. We're here till the very end. So again, back to my Arsenal versus Man City. I can't believe, I honestly can't believe Haaland had it in him to like push Arteta and then say, stay humble, stay humble. I've not seen any player fight with a manager. Do you remember any player fighting with an opponent manager? Probably verbally. I've never seen them fight on field, pushing that person and saying, "Stay humble, stay humble." Like, bro, there are levels to this. I know you have won the Champions League. You are at Man City because of Arsenal. We funded your transfer, so just shut up. We bought Jesus. We bought Zinchenko. You very start. Like I can't say there are people around me. I can't say it. So it's honestly crazy that he comes out and fights with the manager of all people, and then you know, the man who never forgets, be it against Ivan Toney, be it against other opponents, are Gabriel Magalhaes. We are waiting for them at our ground. Shit went down. People lost their head. Nobody could believe what was happening. The head loss, the absolute head loss that had happened right after that game was incredible, especially with the decision making that happened with Trossard being sent off, and then a lot of fouls given to Manchester City, and most importantly, Manchester City losing Rodri. I think that's what really kicked off. narratives came out saying that, oh, Arsenal have been targeting Rodri so that he gets injured and then he gets an ACL injury. We didn't do anything to Rodri. We were treating every player in the Man City team equally. We were being physical with every player in the Man City team. It was you guys who got a lot of favors from the referees. Many of the physical tackles that you guys have like, how do you say? All the physical tackle that you try to like put on our players, none of them got flags. Whatever we did, even like a simple shoulder shrug itself got a yellow card from Trossard and eventually got sent off. That's another brain dead thing from Trossard. Let's not go there, but I do not know what to say. And then finally, after all that time, I think since he said stay humble, Haaland has gone on a huge drought and a huge drought, like huge drought. And then people removed him from his FPL team as well. People used to captain him. When there's a double game week or something, people used to captain him, triple captain, and then all the jokes. City have gone under a lot of issues then. They lost players due to injury. There were a lot of there's a lot of external pressure on them as well. And then a lot of players not being match fit or out of form. Everything uh, came in line as well. And now we are finally facing Manchester City. But I know Manchester City have invested in three players, and one of them is already showing signs of improving this Manchester City team of this season. Do you honestly think? Uh, I mean, not honestly think. Are you still confident that we would beat Manchester City?
So first, before I begin with all this, this
Uh,
little rant Jeet had, I
uh,
do not associate myself with it. I'm someone who's extremely objective. I'm not someone who will shit on City. So yeah, with that being said, I think it was, childish of Haaland to go on and say stay humble, and
mm,
I think it was even to Lewis Kelly because I think that was the first time Lewis Kelly
mm,
was
mm,
on the bench and he was shown a yellow card. He
mm,
didn't even kick the ball. So yeah, I
mm,
think that was the first thing that happened, and it
mm,
was more if nothing else, it was, him being salty about City not being able to win even against 10 men.
mm,
So just a cumulative effect of everything that went down that day, and
mm,
that must have fired Arsenal up. And
mm, mm.
even with the stay humble comment, I mean, I don't read a lot into that, but yeah, man, if we are able to get our legs back, it would be good.
Stop.
Me being pissed on a single day and being normal after that, it's two different things.
See, I do not know if people here are from Twitter because for 2 days, 3 days, Parth has gone on some other path. I had to like message him personally, say, Parth, there are people who look up to your tweets. Bro, I don't want you to get cancelled. Stay calm. Remove the tweet. I know people are celebrating injuries and all of that. Stay calm. Do not.
Oh yeah, that was the villain Alpha. No, no, no. And even Rodri's ACL from that game, it was crazy. But given the circumstances, given where both the clubs are placed right now, I think City is
Mm,
probably accept that they aren't in the title race anymore, and
mm,
they'll be fighting for top four, which I think they'll be getting comfortably with the
mm,
acquisition of specifically Marmoush.
mm,
And a lot of their players are actually getting some form right now. So it's been Foden who's been performing well over the last few match days.
mm,
He got a brace against Ipswich and he got a brace against, I think it was Brentford. And
mm,
yeah, he's been doing all right, but it they've left a lot to be done
mm,
in whatever time that's left, like 15,
mm,
14, 15 games, which
mm,
itself becomes which in itself is very difficult to pull off. And
mm,
if you ask my thoughts on this game, so it's pretty straightforward, we can't afford to lose. City can afford to lose because
mm,
the stakes aren't that high. But given the kind of history that we've had, I think
mm,
City has a better rivalry with us than with Liverpool. With Liverpool, they're just like, okay,
mm,
we've just got good competitors, and they're the ones who are always chasing us, and
mm,
we've won what, four league titles over them,
mm,
galloping past them. And with Arsenal, it's always been you acquired Arteta from us, you got
mm,
Jesus, you got
mm,
Zinchenko,
mm,
and then City has not been winning a lot against us, head to head, if I might
mm,
say. They have been
mm,
winning a lot against us, obviously, but head to head, the record hasn't been that good. And
mm,
the moment you realize that Pep rates you is when Pep starts to hate you, and I think he started to hate Arteta,
mm,
which I consider as the biggest compliment from Pep Guardiola. Because if
uh,
Pep Guardiola says you're good, trust me,
mm,
you're terrible. So yeah,
mm,
that's a good thing. And
mm,
talking about the game, I feel this game being at the Emirates, this game having a history from
mm,
the match at the Etihad, and this game, uh, given the form of both the teams,
mm,
it will be a tough game, man. I really can't see that. I expect Arsenal to win this easily, but it all depends on the kind of start we have,
mm,
because I saw Marmoush against Chelsea and it wasn't a good sight. I
mm,
don't care about Haaland as much because I
mm,
know he's got a lot of flaws in his overall game, which I think
mm,
Marmoush covers very well. And Marmoush
mm,
is actually everything that Haaland needs to do well
mm,
at City in
mm,
De Bruyne's absence. Because when De Bruyne's there, Haaland has got
mm,
someone who will just serve him the ball. And with
mm,
Marmoush being there, even if the creativity
mm,
isn't that high, Marmoush's
mm,
off the ball runs,
mm,
Marmoush's directness, and Marmoush being an inside forward is exactly what Haaland would need to, better his game. His hold up is obviously very good, and with him having runners on either side of him,
mm,
he would benefit from it. And I feel that,
mm,
the game will be won in the midfield. I still feel
mm,
because
mm,
City's midfield is pretty weak. You know,
mm,
if anything, it's been the defense and their midfield. Their midfield literally
mm,
comprises of players who have got zero physicality.
mm,
Kovacic
mm,
is not physical. De Bruyne is
mm,
physically washed.
mm,
Bernardo Silva isn't physical, and
mm.
who's there? Gundogan isn't physical. So they've
Oh,
got technicians, but they haven't got physicality. And we've got
mm,
physicality with technicians who've been out of touch. So yeah, so that's the
mm,
issue. And I see a goal coming from a corner. I'm sorry, I don't see City being that good at defending set pieces, and
mm,
even their defense, which has been a makeshift one with Mateus Nunes, and then they've played Khushanov, and then there's been
mm,
Manuel Akanji, and there,
mm,
if there's anyone who's been good in that defense, it's been Guardiola, and
mm,
Guardiola's not been good defensively; he's been good offensively. So.
mm,
City can be picked apart, but it all depends on how good Arsenal are feeling mentally and
mm,
how determined they are to uh, try and close the gap with Liverpool, because Liverpool plays first and then we play City the next day.
yes,
And
true,
if
true.
Liverpool wins against Bournemouth and if they get a handsome win against Bournemouth,
Mm,
it's already very difficult for us. But if we drop
mm,
points against City, the league is over. Yeah.
Before I give my thoughts about it, let me just take few comments. Uh, Hey Nathan,
Yes, sir.
I recognize you. Guys, if you want someone who's sensible regarding the Manchester United space, he's your man. Uh, his YouTube channel is called Sports Nut Nathan. Do check it out. Um,
He's
I've
actually good. He's actually good.
Yes, he's pretty good. I've spoken to him during stream. I've spoken to him off stream as well. He's a genuine person. So do follow him on Twitter as well. Do subscribe to his YouTube channel and support him as well. He's honestly one of the few people who I can interact with from the Manchester United space and like not lose my head over it. We can have a genuine national conversation open. I'm not saying this with any um how do you say any backbite. I'm just
Malice.
being very honest about
Yeah.
this. Okay. The second comment. The day we hurt City's ego, So that day we hurt City Figo real bad. I still regret not winning that much. Now at Emirates, we have an opportunity to kill it. Wish Saka was there. It's
Yeah.
fine. We have Nwaneri. We have Nwaneri. We still have Haaland in our starting 11 to make it happen. But I think the day we heard the ego was when we took Arteta from them.
And
Forget.
the fact that they did not expect us to be good enough to compete for the title, and that is one of the reasons they sold Jesus and Zinchenko to us. So
Mm,
they must have felt like, okay, they're just a team that is, competing for top six. Let's just
mm,
give them a deadwood and see what
mm,
happens. And then actually Arteta began to, come close to the league, and that is, I think, when Guardiola realized that okay, we might have fucked up.
mm,
They ain't another team. So
mm.
when Guardiola begins to take you seriously, you know that you are good.
True. True. I completely agree. I think that we took them from them. That is first thing. And second thing, within 6 months, we beat them in the FA Cup. And
Yeah,
then go win
exactly.
the FA. Yeah, then we win the FA Cup. But yeah, it feels so wrong, right? It feels so wrong. It feels so long since we won any sensible trophy and all that. But yeah. Anyways, the next comment. Bye, bye, guys. Need to attend a project meeting. It was a great. This bro is either in US or in Canada. Wait, is it who I think it is? It has to be, right? I think I know. See, thing is that I recognize his name. I'm not able to like, pinpoint like is this the person exactly, but okay, it is what it is. Good luck on your project meeting, by the way. Dr. Vivek, meet a man Mac Guardiola in our house. He's the best.
No, he's not even lying. His off the ball runs against Chelsea were frightening. And Chelsea
Mhm.
was that enough to play a high line which was getting exploited time and
Yeah,
time again by Matheus Nunes and Guardiola, who turned out to be their right back and left back. So
true,
it's
true, true. Uh, I actually agree to this thing. I think if he somehow mitigate the rest of the team, Guardiola will somehow come out of nowhere and like he think is very good at dribbling also. That's the
yeah,
irritating part of it.
Guardiola's movement is very good. I mean,
Mm,
defensively he might not be sound, but he knows
mm,
how to get into those between the line. He knows
mm,
how to get between the lines, and he he makes runs. He's not one of them fullbacks who will,
mm,
just hug the touchline and just,
mm.
make the overlapping runs. He underlaps a lot,
True,
which
true.
has actually benefited City.
Kind of
And
reminds
even
me of.
last season,
Uh, mm,
even last season when they went on that mad run, it was Guardiola who was their best player. And
It kind
all
of
his
reminds
goals,
me of Timber. Like
Calafiori.
no, I mean
He's
like
similar to Calafiori than he is to Timber.
not like I don't know how to explain this, right? It could be like very sus what I'm going to say, but the way Timber makes it, it's like very midfielderish. I do not know how to
Hmm.
explain it. It feels like very midfielderish, and I kind of see that in Guardiola. The way he smoothly like just turns around. Like I'm like, bro, you're a defender. You're not supposed to do that. Uh, I don't know. I just found him very smooth. I mean, it sounds very sus, but it's very smooth. Yeah.
He is good, man. Guardiola is good.
So, the last comment for now,
Ah,
bro.
six.
This is my dude in my life. This is my first best friend ever. I didn't expect it to come on stream, by the way. He's a Manchester City fan. Uh, he, he's wait. I kind of lost my thought. I didn't expect him to come on stream, by the way. But yeah, the first video I recorded regarding Manchester City was with him.
Oh,
My first best friend ever in my entire life, in school, in real life as well. Uh, yeah, not the whole point, but City ain't winning, bro. Arsenal 6. Can you like shut up? That's not going to happen. If you win 2-0, itself is like insane. If you have a clean sheet, that's insane. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, next comment. Maybe we heard them last year when Arteta adopted defensive tactics and defeated. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Martinelli scoring that one goal at the end.
Sunday.
Deadly.
Oh shit! Yeah, 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 yeah. He came off the bench and scored that goal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
Yeah.
ma we he's actually right. We dominated City that day, man, and we were without. I'm pretty sure we were without Saka or someone.
Mhm.
Nketiah was our number nine, and yeah, it wasn't Saka who started that game. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Saka who started that game.
Mhm. Oh yeah, Saka didn't play that game. I think even either on
It
the bench
was
or in.
it was Nelson. It was Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah, and Leandro Trossard. Yep, that was a front line, man. Crazy,
True, true. And
crazy.
what's the rest of the comment? Defensive and defeats Man City and may remind Pep of their Inter versus Barca game. And, okay, this guy is an OG guy, like OG guy. Uh, what is his next thing? Virgin reverse jinxing real hard. I mean, to be fair, right? I know this guy. We have like a group chat regarding with a Bayern fan, with a City fan, and us, like all of our school friends. Not again, just giving context because I'm just yapping at this point. He's been real. He doesn't normally reverse jinx. He's just very honest about it and everything. So I'm sure he's not reverse
Well,
jinxing.
I mean, the
Yeah.
thing is, City might be bad, but we haven't been any better, man. We are barely scraping through games.
Dude,
Jesus
that's
played
because the
right.
system is that good. Hmm. Because without Sasha, Jesus played right wing.
Yeah. Fairs. I might have got that wrong. Yeah, Reece Nelson playing against City. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
But I
Saka
remember
didn't
doing knee
play.
slide.
Sure of that. I'm sure of that.
Huh.
Nketiah started, Saka didn't play. I'm sure of that.
Hmm. But I remember doing knee slides everywhere. Like so 2, 3 knee slides I did. First of all, we won. Second thing, my favorite player scored, Martinelli scored. That is the most deflected goal ever. I remember milking the shit out of it. I don't know. That was proper comment. I remember that's just pure jokes. Uh, this one, Chris Underwood. We late to buy
We
players, 31.
we are late to buy players. It's the 31st of December, January today. Another the
Is that what
transfer
you?
window closes in 3 days. The transfer window closes in 3 days.
Oh yeah. Even I got to know that the market closing is closing on February 3rd. It's like utter woke
It's
behavior.
it's on
It's
the
not.
third year.
I thought it's 31st. I'm like ready for like day. I'm set. And like it's like February 3rd.
And
It's
the
yeah. It's not 3 days.
the head
Mm.
loss that we all would have had, I wouldn't have been in a place to stream, man. If it was the deadline day and if we were linked with zilch, nada, zero, fucking no one.
That is true. That is true. That's it for the comments for now. Manchester City. I
I'm
honestly
not even
feel.
lying, man. My head would be on Mars if we don't sign anyone. Okay. Sorry. I'll change the way I say this. My head would be on
Mhm.
Mars if we sign Dusan Vlahovic rather than signing Novan. Yeah, yeah.
So you would oppose the fact
I
of signing Blahovic?
yeah, because Vlahovic, I can tell you one thing, that guy will not provide us with anything. He's got
Mm-hmm.
attitude problems. He was unsettled at Juventus. He's rejected us already. And I mean, okay, he might get us a goal or two extra, but I don't see him doing anything. No, it's better to not spoil our summer. If it's a 6 month loan deal with no obligation whatsoever, fine. We just need a body. But if it's more than that, scrap it, man. I'm done. Get me Watkins or Tellman, please,
So
please.
I personally feel Watkins is still possible, but we'll talk about that 1 second. We'll just get this comment.
Yeah,
To watch the game, right? Inter versus Barca at Camp Nou. Barca with Messi, Ibra, Pedro. Bro, what are these names, man? It's been a while.
yeah.
Pedro, Xavi,
I
Busquets, and Slow.
Mourinho even had a masterclass video on this. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm. He came on the channel. He explained on how they
Hmm.
won.
It was this
That
month.
that's
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. But yeah, our final thoughts regarding the Watkins thing. Initially, my whole see, I wanted Watkins. I think 2 or 3 seasons back when he was like
Yeah.
starting to bang goals at the same time assist as well. I think it was during that Dominic Calvin Lewis
COVID.
or
It
or
was no, it was the COVID season where he started to pick off. When it
mm,
was Jack Grealish's last season at Villa, where they
mm,
beat
mm,
Liverpool 7-2 or
mm,
something
mm.
like that. That is when Watkins really started to come to life, and the season after that is where he started to get recognition.
True,
And last
true.
season, is where he fulfilled all his potential. Like
Mm.
he got
Including
32 goals and assists.
including assist. Exactly. The assist
Yeah,
part was actually something nobody saw. And
yeah.
Dubai, and I honestly feel in the Euros as well, Watkins should have started over Harry Kane. But as long as Harry Kane is there, there's nobody else who can start.
Harry Kane
But
is the best striker in the world. Let's
agreed,
put it that.
agreed. But like you see, the team was playing right. Harry Kane was not making the run. See, uh, okay, we go completely little bit off topic, but I think Foden was not exactly the issue there. Yeah, Foden was part of the issue, but I think
Hmm.
if Foden had a runner like Watkins, not somebody who like dropping deep like Harry Kane, I think Foden wouldn't have found those many issues in trying to make something happen there. Because when
Yeah.
Palmer came on, who he had? Watkins. Watkins is a runner. He didn't fall deep. So Palmer has somebody to lay it off. I think if Foden started with Watkins, Foden could have had a good tournament as well. And I still think uh, England could have won that tournament had Watkins started. So I don't know. What I would take Watkins 60 million, but again, Oba came at the same time. We had
Nah,
people are
nah,
bring,
the Okay, okay. So you
mm,
go on and explain whatever your thoughts are on Watkins, and then I'll
mm,
give my final thoughts on him.
mm. See, I didn't want him because he's already 30. And can we really invest 60 million for somebody who can give us like maximum 2 seasons, and after that we do not know if he's going to do well or something? I really do not know if that's good business, right? At the same time, can we get a proper striker who can like hit from the get-go? Gyökeres could be the only easy name out there who's like still firing. And is Gyökeres good enough for Arsenal? There are many glaring issues because he won't get that space like how he gets in that league. At the same time, we've seen him even in the Champions League. Yes, he did score against City, but City were not that physical because they had players who were like physically washed, like how you mentioned before. So I'm not really sure about getting Gyökeres. I was there in the front. I was there in the front line telling we need Gyökeres, we need Gyökeres, we need Gyökeres. But that was all stats. I did a video on that. That was all stats. But the more I watched him, the more issues that people were mentioning came out. Not like Sesko has no issues. Sesko also has issues. Like him just blasting. He doesn't have that finesse in him. He just uses lace to shoot. I started seeing all that. So we don't really have somebody like a finished product to like get us over the line. So in that terms, I agree investing in Watkins, but again, 60 million for a player who can give us maximum 2 seasons. I'm not really sure. I'm like kind of torn about. So what do you think about that? If we get him, I'm not sad. If we don't get him, also I'll be like we kind of missed an opportunity to get a striker this window. So yeah.
So for me, I would say, there are some players who, even if they don't provide any resale value, are good enough to provide an impact that the management and that the team wants them to provide.
Mm,
So in our case, previously it was Leandro Trossard, and
mm,
this time, even though I don't see us winning the league this season, I'm pretty sure that Ollie Watkins keeps us in
mm,
the hunt, and
mm,
come next season, would you rather have a Benjamin Sesko or an Ollie Watkins to start as your main number nine to lead you in a 38 game season? So if that's the question of whether you would want Sesko to be your main man or would you want
mm,
Watkins to be your main man who can help you challenge for the title, I'd say Watkins
mm,
because Watkins is the finished article. So even if I think he still has got three good seasons in him, and if he wins us the league, I would say it's a good return on investment. But then again, it it just means that we get into a cycle where we are signing experienced players over the potential that we wanted to sign, over the young prospects we wanted to sign. So
mm,
it just endangers our project, and
mm,
it starts to become less of a project, more of a, you know, getting the title. So
mm,
if we are a project, I'd say we get in somebody like a Nico Williams and
mm,
somebody like a Benjamin Sesko.
mm,
But if I say I want instant impact, I want to win the league right away, I'd say
mm,
sign Benjamin. I'd say sign Ollie Watkins and
mm,
quit about.
mm.
So even though Kvaratskhelia is gone, but you get my point.
Yeah,
So
yeah, completely.
all about creating an instant impact, and if we have to pay a premium for that, I think it's
Mm,
worth the gamble. But then
mm,
again, it endangers our summer plans. So
mm,
that's
mm,
how the Sesko, how the Watkins deal will affect us
mm,
for the future is my only qualm about him. Otherwise, I'm
mm,
in for the Ollie Watkins to Arsenal deal to happen. And I
mm,
still think
mm,
that it can happen because Villa, Unai Emery would have rubbished the rumors the day they came that Arsenal is in for Watkins. So his stance was like, okay, I don't want him to go, but if they offer the right price,
mm,
we might have to sell.
mm,
So it's just that, man. And I think we can get this deal done, but we'll have to pay a hefty price for that. 60 million doesn't get it done. I think it will be more of 65 to 70.
mm, mm. I mean, that again, if you're going 70 million, can't we just pay like 50 million plus whatever that RB Leipzig wants?
But Leipzig does not want him to leave. That's the issue, right?
True, true, true.
And
And what?
and Watkins, from everything that I've heard, Watkins wants is actively wanting to join us, and that
Mm,
plays a big part. If Sesko tried to force a move out, he would have
mm,
gotten the move. And
true, true.
Watkins, uh, Watkins' attraction to Arsenal is well known. He
Mm,
he actually was a boyhood gunner. So, mean, it can happen, but do you want it to happen at that price? It's a
If
bit
it was
iffy.
if it was 3 years back for that price, I would take it easily. I
100%.
would 100%. What Dr. Vegas
100%.
is exactly part by. I never wanted Blahovic. I favor Watkins any day. He's a gunner, and might end up similar to what Saf did with Berbatov of Tottenham.
Exactly. It can. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can, I won't say we can win the league
Mm,
because the difference is way too big, man. 9 points to cover with, unless and until Liverpool, just says, okay,
mm,
we want to drop
mm,
some points.
mm.
And even if Liverpool drops points, we have to win all our games.
Yeah.
So it's 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 a it's a less probable event us winning the league this season, but if we still want to have a shot at it, I'm pretty sure Watkins will take it to the, last 2, 3 match days. And in the
Mm-hmm.
Champions League, after the point it boils down to who can produce moments better.
Mm,
Watkins does give us a good chance, but I don't
mm,
see us winning if we are against the elites. See, if we face somebody like how it is right now, it will either be it's Bayern versus Celtic, but I'm just assuming it will be Bayern who will win the match. It will be either Bayern or Madrid and City
mm,
who we will be up against in the
mm,
quarterfinals, right?
mm, mm,
So in the
mm,
round of 16, we first have to go through Feyenoord, PSV, Juventus, or AC Milan, which I feel is a probability. Yeah,
mm,
which I feel is a probability. But then again, quarterfinals it becomes difficult, and then
mm.
semifinals uh, it will either be what, Leverkusen, Atletico Madrid, and whoever there is. Yeah,
David Ornstein just tweeted out saying Aston Villa considering a move to sign Rashford on loan.
100%. It all starts to make sense. Aston Villa would not move for so many forwards, having lost
Mm,
one John Doe. So they've
mm,
lost Duran, and they are like, okay, we are in for Matthew still, we are in
mm,
for Joao Felix, and we are in for Marcus Rashford. That doesn't make any sense. And
Hmm.
two of them being strikers.
True.
Joao
True.
Felix
True.
is a striker, Marcus Rashford is a striker. He's a winger, but
Hmm.
yeah, he's a striker.
Hmm. Hmm. And what Doctor, in my opinion, we don't need world class attackers right now. We need a great striker as of now, with which Watkins is, and we only need players who has the number 9 instinct as we create a lot. Agreed. I completely
Yeah.
agree. And I
And
think
even if
what.
I won't agree with the comment of you saying that we create a lot. I won't say we create a lot, but we create enough to say that we could have scored 3 goals. So yeah, that's how it
La-
put it.
Last season, I felt we created so much and still scored. This season, we're not
Yeah.
creating enough, but we're still scoring. And when we're not creating
100%.
enough to get that extra luck. When they say that we create our own luck, right? We're not creating our own luck
Well,
this season.
last season, in all honesty, last season we were lucky with injuries, and it's some weird way of compensating for the luck we received last season
Hmm.
to us having players injured every other week.
Hmm. 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 Now to 70
70
million
million.
is. Hmm.
Exactly. This is actually a truth.
Hmm.
Getting a signing of 30 million in this market is
Hmm.
unheard of. You can't.
Hmm.
And especially if it's in the Premier League, you can add another 20 million just for the Premier League tax alone. So,
And
yeah,
on top of it, he's an Englishman himself. And now that Aston Villa, like in the UCL, so they consider themselves as direct rivals to Arsenal. So yeah, dominant. And then parts will explain the rest of the economy. Yes, agreed. We were talking about like simple numbers. Bro started talking about a lot of profits numbers. I'm like, huh, we get it. We started economy together. We get it, bro. Nishit Kroenke should leave. Hmm. I think
I
if
mean,
next
that's
summer
never
also,
happening.
yeah, next
That's
summer
never
also, if he
happening.
doesn't back Arteta and like signing the players that he needs to like push, I think the Cronky out saga will happen again. I won't be surprised. Like I agree. We have gotten to a point where we are competing with titles. I think, in all honesty, last season was the first time where we deserved to be there. The previous season was just like somehow we were
Yeah.
there. But yeah, last season, yeah, agreed. Need to sign at least a winger or a striker because in summer we're going to go for midfielder, a goalkeeper, and a window gets. Oh yeah.
So basically, yeah, what he's saying is we
Mm-hmm.
need to sign 4 players,
Mm-hmm.
actually 5 players. With Zinchenko, I'm pretty sure Zinchenko will leave, and so will
Mm-hmm.
Kiwior. So the thing is, we need to sign a left winger, center forward, a midfielder, which will be
Mm-hmm.
Zubimendi, a goalkeeper because we don't have a number 2 when
Yeah.
Neto leaves, and we need a
True.
left back.
Mm.
So we've got to fill 5 positions. And do I think Arsenal is capable enough of signing 5 players in a single window? Uh, hmm,
Hell no.
hmm,
Hell no.
hmm.
In the summer that we signed Rice, we had Timber, Havertz, Rice.
Rice and was it?
Are we missing somebody from that window?
I
No.
think it was not Tomiyasu.
Havertz, Timber, Rice. I think just these three,
David
right?
Raya. It was Raya on loan.
Raya on loan. Yeah, agreed. And Raya was confirmed in that winter window.
Yeah.
So, okay, huh. Oh, insane. He had 4 signings. Crazy.
No, he wasn't confirmed in the winter window. He was confirmed this summer. I mean, before the
Hmm.
window started. So he signed
Agreed.
for us last season. His
Hmm.
loan expired in the summer.
Agreed. Agreed. Arsenal making 5 players. Making Ireland single is a joke. Bro, we signed 3.5. You got to agree. Wow, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say?
But the thing is, we even, this summer we focused on selling more than buying and still got in 3 players.
Hmm,
So it's not like it's impossible, but yeah, it's
hmm,
unlikely.
hmm. Because we will sell Zinchenko. We will sell. I'm assuming either Kivior or Tomiyasu will leave, not both of them. Huh. So that's 2 players. Jorginho, Partey, Trossard maybe. So we have the 5 players. In this, 2 guaranteed who are gone is Zinchenko and Jorginho and Partey. Three players gone minimum.
Trossard will leave too, I'm pretty sure.
Prosado, okay, four players. So we need to replace four players. Do we have it in us? See, one will be Zubimendi, and some are saying that Naipan, the guy kid, will choose us in the summer, and that kid is an 18-year-old kid. Can you really consider him as a insane signing that will boost the first team? I do not know. Yeah, it's a huge discussion. It's a huge discussion.
Yeah.
Dr. Vivek says this season we have created less because we don't have soccer creativity or wide overlapping runs. And Odegaard has been sick, and without Saka and White, we are like, bro, you need to be here and I need to be there. This bro needs to host. This bro needs to host, and I need to be sitting there listening to these guys talk. This is a good thing. This is the good thing. We build a community where people talk. This is another good thing with small creators. You get attention for every single person because we have nobody commenting or we have somebody commenting all the time. Do keep coming. This is the kind of insight that we lack. This is the kind of discussions that we want to encourage. So keep coming up with such a good thing because this is such a beautiful thing. People are forgetting the context. Saka being injured for long term. Odegaard, injury and then sickness. Havertz being run down to the final straw. And then using Ben White. People don't realize how much Timber has been suffering all by himself on the right. And once Timber is being substituted for Partey, we're losing all. We're losing entire stability in the midfield because Partey is not good defensively. He is not able to do both the roles at the same time. So that's the context that people are missing. So yeah, makes sense. Next, I can tell you some of our plans also. Garcia, Zubimendi, Garcia, Zubimendi, and a transfer. Wait. He said even this one first Neto out, and we'll send Garcia as a goalkeeper. Hmm. And that is highly possible to be fair. Very, very possible.
That
But
that won't be our window. I mean, we at least sign three players. I'm
mm,
pretty sure that we'll sign three players, but yeah, it has to be more than that. And
yeah,
touching on what Vivek said, so the thing is now Liverpool fans are arguing that okay, now we have also suffered injuries. It's not like you have been the only club that's been stricken with injuries. So the
mm,
problem is Liverpool has had injuries. Agreed.
mm,
But
mm,
they've had Konate gone. He wasn't gone
mm,
for a long period, and
mm,
they had other defenders. They had Kwanzaa, and
mm.
they have who's the other defender? Joe Gomez. So it's been
Go.
Joe Gomez and Jarrell Kwanzaa who have come in. When Trent's been injured, it's been Conor Bradley. When
Mm,
Luis Diaz, when Luis Diaz has been injured, it's been Cody Gakpo.
mm,
When
mm,
who is it? When Darwin Nunez has been injured, it's been Luis Diaz. So the
mm,
thing is, they've had injuries, but they haven't had simultaneous injuries to every
mm.
player in a single position. The problem
True.
with Arsenal has been we've had Saka out. With Saka out, we've had Nwaneri out. With Nwaneri out,
Mm,
we've had Sterling.
mm,
Then with the striker, we've got Havertz, who's played
mm,
games. But when Havertz started to get tired, we had Jesus. Jesus
mm.
got injured. Now we've got only Havertz.
True.
Okay. Then
Mm,
coming to the countless defenders that we signed, it was Julian Timber returning from an ACL. First
mm,
thing, he should not be playing these many games. Ben
mm,
White has been playing overtime, so he goes on and gets a surgery, which I support every bit of. All
mm,
right, so we've had White out,
mm,
Timber playing ridiculous minutes,
mm,
Tomiyasu nowhere to be seen.
mm,
So we've only got one fit right back out of three. Then when it comes to left backs, Zinchenko isn't available half the time. Kivior isn't a left back, and
mm,
Calafiori has been injured, which means
mm,
MLS has had to play the games.
mm.
And with Gabriel and Saliba out, the replacements are nowhere near the level they are supposed to be. So
Remember when we had Saliba out for like 2 games and Timber had to cover that?
exactly. So the thing is,
Mm,
people refuse to take take into context all these injuries. It's not even the
mm,
injuries that we've had, but the
mm.
uh, injuries that we've had in similar positions at the same time.
True. Agreed.
And Liverpool hasn't had. Liverpool hasn't had Van Dijk out and Salah out, and
mm,
they are Liverpool's two best players.
mm,
So again, am I saying that Liverpool hasn't done well? No, Liverpool has done very well for
mm,
wherever they are, and they
mm,
deserve every bit of it. But I'm just
mm.
saying we are better than them, given all
And,
the
al-
circumstances.
and
I'm just
also,
saying
guys,
that.
no matter how, no matter if them being our rivals, we do not wish injuries to anyone. We're just putting the context
Yeah.
on why we are underperforming our situation. I know there are people who thinks it is nice to celebrate injuries. I beg you, do not do that. Please, please. We're trying to change that from somewhere. Right, Park? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The comment says Liverpool is useless. Everyone rejects them. We are Arsenal, and this Kroenke is a prick. He can't convince Naipanya. From what
Now with
report?
Naipan, I
Mm,
still feel, with Naipan, the case must have been uh, let us assess all the
mm,
possible clubs that are interested in us, and then let's
mm,
make an informed decision
mm,
in the summer. So it's not like he's rejected us or we haven't
mm,
gone for him. It's
mm,
more of Naipan's decision than him saying, okay, I don't want to join Arsenal. He's like,
mm,
I do want to join Arsenal, but it's
mm,
just not this winter. So it's fine, man. Swear
mm.
Naipan shouldn't even be a point of discussion. I'm
Exactly,
sorry.
exactly. Like people are getting disappointed by Naipan's decision is because we don't link with any other player that solid.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
bro is not going to improve us the moment he signs us. He's not that player at least. At least that's what I assume. Like what he's
Yeah.
18 years old, star boy at
18.
Norway. I'm Norway, right?
No way. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, thank God. I thought I got that wrong as well. But yeah,
Yeah.
that is the
Yeah.
whole point. It's Naipan. It's not Nico Williams. It's not Lookman or something. It's Naipan. Chip. It's fine. We need someone more important. This kid will come
Still,
probably in the summer window.
the
Yeah.
inactivity in this window has been appalling, man.
To
We
be
we
honest,
really haven't done well.
what is scaring me is that February 3rd is Monday. Tomorrow is a Saturday, and day after tomorrow is Sunday. I do not know if these clubs will work on a Saturday and a Sunday. On a
And
weekday
they
check,
will
they're doing
have
bullshit.
to. If they don't, Jason Ito should be, man, heckled. I'm sorry. Should be paraded, man. What nonsense is this, man?
Mm.
But
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, you're basically writing off the season.
True, true, true. Here we go to Calvin Lewin.
Calvert Lewin, man. If we sign this guy, man, this guy was good like 5 years ago, man. 5 years ago.
COVID time, half season before he got injured.
Yeah.
COVID time, half season, that is about it. After that, he's not been fit. He's been on fashion highways, roadways, whatever it's called, and that's about it. The thing is that
Dominic Calvert Lewin, man.
he
Okay, so if we sign Vlahovic, I would be less pissed than if we sign Dominic Calvert Lewin, man. I will stop watching Arsenal, man.
but this guy knows how to turn up against Arsenal always. Always.
Yeah.
He'll always turn up. Why? I do not know. But bro is always there. It's just annoying. Mm. But yeah, it's been 2 hours, 13 minutes,
Yep.
close to 12, 13 concurrent viewers with close to 205 viewers for a live stream.
What? What?
200. Yeah, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Thank you guys for
We are
being
getting
there.
this.
Yeah, we are getting there. And you know what's the best part? We started the stream with 464 subscribers. I mean, till now we are on 472 subscribers.
What?
Yeah, we hit eight
Crazy, man.
subscribers.
At least people are seeing the work that we are putting in. I mean,
Yeah,
I try
hopefully.
to be as
Yeah.
neutral as I can, man.
True, true, true. That is what you're trying to promote. A rational conversation in
Yep.
spite of being fans of a club that's trying to win something. That's what we're trying to promote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do keep subscribing, guys. We have 16. From where did we get 16 subs? I'm genuinely confused.
I'm actually glad that people are watching us and
Hmm.
conversing with us. It's
Yeah, yeah. True,
great.
true. And especially the kind of takes that we're getting from people like Dr. Vivek. Starting we had from Arnav, then we had Dr.
Yep.
Gunnar saying good morning, like bro. And then Nisit coming and like helping us with the entire mood. And then we had Nathan as well, like come and contribute and all that. And obvious. Mr. Ayush Lala coming and tell, bro, we're going to lose against Bournemouth and all that.
And man,
It's
I
been a
did
night.
a stream with Lala the other day, so I was just lurking in a stream and he
Mm,
invited me. So it was
mm,
Lala, it was
mm,
Darshan, that Liverpool guy, and it was
uh,
Akshata. So Akshata is
uh,
another Liverpool supporter. So it was three Liverpool supporters and me.
mm,
So we
mm,
were just talking and they were just asking me questions on why I should not be, complaining about Arsenal and injuries. And they were just, it was 3v1, man. Crazy.
mm, mm.
And then we started talking about life. And then we fucking started talking about life. And I'm like, what is going on?
Mm. When it's chill stream, right? It's genuinely like very fun to talk to. At least
Yeah.
Ayush. I've spoken to him like 10-15 minutes before live stream. It's been very chill with him. I've not had that much interaction with Darshan. So I do not know much, but at least on stream it's been very chill. Akshita, so I've never been in contact, no idea at all.
Yeah.
I just know her,
They're,
that's it.
they're good guys, man. I mean, even
Mm,
being Liverpool fans, they don't piss me off one bit, man. They're good
true,
guys.
true. People
With Liverpool,
having mm.
with United YouTubers, I refuse to say things.
Yeah, especially United. And yeah, we know one creator who pisses the shit out of all of
Yeah.
us. But yeah, it is what it is. At last, whom are we signing and what are your feelings with these two? Um, we are signing Fuki no one.
Okay, so you go first, Suchit.
Me. Uh, I think Watkins is still possible. Watkins. And yeah, I see only Watkins. If we're going for Watkins, I think that is it. In all honesty, yeah, Watkins is it. I don't see any other loan from any other teams also. Because wingers, there's no winger out there who wants to come or move on a loan. Do you know any wingers who's available? Barcola, no. Semyon, no. Lukman, hell no. Um, no idea. Kvaratskhelia went to PSG, so hell no. Um, I don't think which other wingers are we even linked with wingers? My God, we're not even linked with wingers, are we? Oh my God, this is the next level introspection I had to go through. We're not linked with any wingers, bro. Bro, we're not linked with any wingers, and we need wingers. Oh my God, I'm scared.
Feel that okay, the fact that we are not linked with wingers has a lot to do with we are going to go big on a winger in the summer, which is what I feel. And when it comes to strikers, with the amount of strikers that are available
Mm,
till now, you've got Gyökeres, you've got Osimhen, you've got Mathis, and then you've got Watkins. So it's not like they're unattainable.
you forgot the name Sesko as well.
Oh, sorry, Sesko, yeah.
You
Uh,
said awesome. You said
Osimhen,
awesome.
come on, man.
No,
And
Osman
also,
is good. But how did you forget Sesko's name and mention Osman's name? That is my whole question.
I have no idea, man. I have no idea. But
Uh,
with all the names that are available and that were available for the winger
mm,
position, I still feel that, we've done a lot less than we should
mm,
have. So
true, true.
again, Brian
Mm,
Mbeumo, I don't see him getting in right now because Mbeumo is more of a right winger slash striker slash
mm,
inside forward, and I think we're good with Nwaneri
mm,
there. So
mm,
I don't see us spending that much on Embo. He does elevate our team, but I don't think that he is who we need. Watkins
mm,
is definitely a big yes for me,
yeah,
and it all boils down to opportunity cost. If you're letting Watkins go, and if you're getting Watkins and it means you are not getting Sesko, then I'd be a little pissed. But
mm,
given where we are right now, where we shouldn't have been in the first place,
mm,
the activity, it shouldn't be taking the board a month to get a signing in, to get
mm,
a signing in, not even two
true,
signings, a signing.
true, 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 yeah.
But my
Yeah.
expectations with the season would remain just that. If we sign someone, I feel we finish second in the league. If we don't
Mm,
sign someone, I still feel we finish second in the league and in the Champions League. It will
mm,
either be the quarterfinals or the
mm,
semis.
mm,
Semis
mm,
is a long stretch. If we get semis, I'll be over the moon, given
mm,
our
mm,
present situation.
mm. I think
I don't see that happening.
if we don't achieve anything this season, I think it should be blamed on the board
The
because
board. Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
board
Arteta
people
is
don't.
getting none
Mm,
of the blame. Arteta is
mm,
not getting an iota of blame for the season. I'm sorry. If it was
mm,
not for if it was not for Arteta, we wouldn't even be competing for the title right now.
true, true, true.
This season,
Do Twitter Spaces also,
Twitter Spaces. No,
bro, bro. Do one thing. You give me full time job, I'll do. You give me full-time job, I will do this because I want to record videos. I'm not doing that because I know how addictive it is. Second thing, I'm not focusing too much on YouTube except when it comes to Thursday night and then Friday morning. It's literally the last 12 hours. And that's when I focus on like making thumbnail, the posts, and then preparing for the stream. Otherwise, I'm not spending too much time on YouTube because I know where I was. I was very addicted for 3 to 4 months. I didn't apply for any jobs. I just somehow went full time only on YouTube. Am I grateful for that? Not really, because I don't have a full time yet. But yeah, it is what it is. I would definitely do Twitter Spaces if at all. You know what? Actually, no, this weekend I might go to the pub to watch after the City. So may not be this weekend, but I think from here on, if maybe after the match is done, I could just make up some space or something where people can talk and chill. Like because I did once. That space was brilliant. To be fair, and we had really good fun and all that. But yeah, what were we talking about? I forgot what we were.
uh, the expectations from the season.
Uh, yeah, if we don't sign any player in this window that will help our attacking thing. If you finish second, that's a great thing, to be very honest. If you will finish top four, but finishing second with that same team who's been run down from every game because we don't have even our backups who are like doing well and all that. And then with Saka, we do not know when he'll be fit. Forget match fitness. We do
I
not
do
know when
not
he'll be
want
fit.
him to be back. See, if top four secured and if we can't win the league,
Mm,
don't involve Saka, man.
true.
There's no
True.
need. And if
Mm,
even better, if you get knocked out in the round of 16 miraculously, then
mm,
yeah, Saka should not even come close to the club. Let him
true.
enjoy the summer, man. Let him
True.
enjoy
True.
the summer.
Yes, true. And then we have what? We have the Dubai trip coming up, guys. Dubai.
We've got a break from 5th of
Mm,
February to the 15th of February. So yeah, we'll
mm.
be off.
I'm hiring you for Premier League War. Come on. Sure, sure, sure. Doctor, we got to go, guys. Duty calls. You guys are like brothers. I've always been pressure. So your dialogue a big weekend ahead, repeating what the great and he's sending.
Same.
But Dr. Vivek, thank you so much for your dedication.
Yep,
I hope you go save lives
you
because
enjoy.
I know you're not a dentist.
And I hope you listened to the Martinelli conversation that we
Mm,
had and the
mm, mm.
points that I made.
True, true, true.
Yep.
Ah, I guess that has come to our natural end to our stream. Any last words
Yep.
from the chat? Any final words from your parts? Anything?
Nah, man. I just hope these are not my final words, man. I want to live to
Mm,
see another day. The way things are going with Arsenal, man. It's done.
mm.
They need.
Oh, city match predictions. Nishit, tell us in the comments. Parth, you were ready to predict something starting, right? Some predictions you were coming in.
2-1 Arsenal.
Two
Ah.
and Arsenal. Two and Arsenal. If only we had Raja. Whatever Raja says will happen to be fair. But yeah. Nishin,
Yep.
what's your prediction? Let us know in the comment section. My prediction, I think it'll be a 1-0.
Crazy. I don't see us, having a clean sheet with the
Hmm.
kind of attack City has and the way he's been firing.
Uh, Wait, Arsenal 2,
Not
City what?
two.
2, 3, 1, 0? Which one?
Uh, if anything, it can't be three. Conceding three to City at home will be incredible. Three, man. It might actually rejuvenate the team, man. It might reignite the season. I'm not even lying. If we
But
get
then
a
we
win
should.
against
Mm,
City, yeah,
mm,
we can try to close the gap, man. I just hope Liverpool somehow draws points tomorrow, somehow.
Let's hope Mr. Ayush's predictions come true. Please, please. Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much, guys. To all the concurrent viewers, 13. We actually hit 16 concurrent viewers at a point. I didn't understand how that
That's
happened.
crazy, man.
Lots
It's
of
very,
love to you
very
guys.
good.
Thank you so much for being there. For a small creator, again, I'll keep insisting we have small creators. We're trying to make it big in hopeful of doing the right things in the future as well. So thank you so much for all the people who
And
have
I hope
been
we,
commenting.
and I hope you guys like whatever we speak, how we speak, and I hope you guys think we make sense.
That is all we hope. One final comment. I will. Your points and Martinelli are good ones. Part by partially agree with it because like Suchit Bhai and Klopp, I am,
Exactly.
but by sense true, true, exactly. So I like how he said Klopp as well in the same line. Whatever. Anyways, thank you so much, guys. Lots of love. Keep subscribing, keep liking, keep sharing the content. We will be back next week, probably with a surprise. So yeah, watch the space. Lots of love. Any final words, Parth? No? Muted yourself? Kalas? Yeah, okay then. Till then, good morning, good evening, good night. Bye bye.